Plains, Artesia, New Mexico. X-Quality Black Brangus Cross calves, cattle weigh 90 days, 500, 650 pounds. 58 calves, WP Ranches, Cherokee, Texas. X-Quality Black White Face, Red White Face, English Crossbreds, cattle weigh 30, 45 days, 400, 650 pounds. And 23 calves, Mr. Oscar Medley at Fort Davis, Texas. X-Quality Black and Red Angus Cross calves, cattle weighing 45 days, 350, 450 pounds. Sale time this morning will be at 9 o'clock. Sell pairs bred cows 10. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10:30 to 10:45. Also, don't forget about the New Mexico Angus Association Bull Sale right here, 1 p.m. And come back, finish up the sale on calves and yearlings following the bull sale. We expect to sell 1,550 head today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
The Dexter Livestock Commission is accepting all classes of beef cows, bulls, calves, and yearlings. Cattle received Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, with sales Tuesday at 11 a.m. Plus, Dexter Livestock Commission has no fee charges for cattle received on the day of the sale. Dexter Livestock Commission charges 3% commission, or $21 per head for low lots of 40,000 or more. Located next to DBS Commodities, 274 East Darby Road, between Roswell and Dexter. 575-624-COWS. 624-COWS. DexterLivestockCommission.com.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast for the village of Ruidoso, with temperatures on this Monday at 62 degrees under a mostly sunny sky. By tomorrow, high temperatures near 60. In Alamogordo, low temperatures in the lower 70s on this Monday. Tuesday's temperatures near 70 degrees as well. And in Roswell, 79 to 80 degrees this afternoon, mid-70s tomorrow. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
On the air in 3, 2... How long is this going to take?
Morning, friends.
Maybe it's time to head out.
Gotta head to work.
On Monday.
Monday?
Yes, Monday.
Monday? Who goes out on Monday?
Listen, I don't have time for this.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm on my way to breakfast.
Who's ready for some Java?
I could stand some coffee myself.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, here we go.
It's showtime.
All right, let's get this party started. 6:08, another day in paradise. Tom A, somewhere in the studio.
I am right here.
Yeah, got there early this morning. I heard the chime go off, and I was like, ain't got nothing to do, but he's there.
That's right. I'm loyal to the cause.
I'm hoping he brings something to the table this morning.
Oh, you're going to find out, ain't you?
When it comes time to talk about some of these legislative things. I'm hoping he did his homework.
What are you drinking anyway?
What I'm drinking?
Yeah. Some type of mix or something?
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I see you got a big old jar or something.
What are you talking about?
Is he drunk or what?
No, he just doesn't realize that what we're seeing from his deal is almost seems to be a minute and a half behind where his
and what
audio
jar
is.
are you talking about? You talking about this thing of coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee.
Well, it was kind of a grande looking
Wasn't it though?
looking container there you was slurping out of. You come ready to go, man.
See, I told you.
3 shots of espresso.
Yeah. You had it, and I know before we went to air, you said you were going to get you some extra Red Bull.
2 cans of Red Bull.
I said, man, just get some cocaine cut out the middle, man. I mean,
I think I am ready to go. No nap today, so I am busy weekend too. So we are ready to go. Well, Rooney's with us, I do believe, this morning.
I think he may be delayed getting in because he had a computer update or something that come in and took over his system
I
just minutes.
Sent Will a text this weekend, so we went to a different area this weekend, and so the band's playing. They played Metallica, Sandman. Bam. Next song they play is Dancing Queen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I thought I was going to die on the way back. So on the way there, we went on the regular highway, everything good. On the way back, they cut through the mountains, and oh my God, you got to a point where it was not a paved road. It was mud, and it was raining. And I'm just thinking about sliding off the highway, and it's about probably 10,000 feet up. I mean, it's high. And I'm like, we're going to die. Thank God we didn't die. We made it through the mud. And I'm like, no signs, nothing. All of a sudden the highway ends and you go, should I go forward? Should I? No, whatever. I'm like, next time I ain't going that way. The heck with that. All right, quick check of the weather. Much better than it was last week. 80 the high today. Sunny skies. Check of the weather being brought to you by Mike and Matt. Yeah, Iron River Inspection. IronRiverInspection.com. Check them out today. IronRiverInspection.com. They do a lot of different things. I got to take these glasses off because I go put on my other glasses. Iron River Inspection, they take care of everybody. You're on the pipeline this morning. Need them to inspect. They can take care of that. They also do facility inspection, safety training, consulting. Find them online at ironriverinspection.com. I did say sunny and 80 for the high today, 46 and cloudy going on tonight, and then sunny skies at about 72. Make that 79 tomorrow. Should be nice, and I'm looking all the way through Thursday. It looks really good. Check of the weather being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128 this morning, slow down and exit on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles. Fill her up. They're open to the public. They sell unleaded green diesel, red diesel, DEF. Nicely built, covered area. They accept fleet cards, credit cards, debit cards. Right off of Buck Jackson Road, if you're on 128, fill her up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Alamo Day. Alamo Day is a day that we ought to all stop and think about. When is our Alamo moment for America? When is our Alamo moment where we say we're going to make a stand? Enough is enough. When is our Alamo? But it is Alamo Day. Fun fact about Names Day. National Dentist Day, National Dress Day, National Frozen Food Day, National Oreo Cookie Day, National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day. And that's pretty much everything going on for days this morning. California Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein hospitalized in San Francisco, being treated for shingles. And as you know, the shingles don't care. They don't discriminate. Very painful. Tom Sizemore passed away.
Oh, man.
Peacefully in his sleep. St. Joseph Medical Center in Burbank, California. His two sons and his brother, Paul Sizemore, were by his side. He suffered that aneurysm in mid-February and had been on life support. He was only 61 years old and passed away. And I got the story somewhere, but the last surviving member of Lynyrd Skynyrd passed away.
Wow.
And he was only 61 too. And no, he had to be 71 because they were older than I am for sure. But last surviving member of Lynyrd Skynyrd passes away. Text line is open. Our number 877-396-W105. Love to hear from you. Love to chat with you. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies. Text line being brought to you by Kubota and Amigo Machinery. You can find them today at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by our friends at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. You can find them, of course, in Lovington. And morning show this morning, if you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and beyond, that's all being brought to you by our buddies at Desert Sands Waterwell, DesertSandsNM.com. Mention Be in the Breakfast Club and get 10% off. Broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God Studios. And, of course, we're being powered by our buddies at Carlsbad Chevrolet. Question of the day. When and where was the last time you just threw an out-and-out fit? I would love to hear from you this morning. That number, 877-396-W105. As college students flock to Florida for spring break, authorities across the Sunshine State are preparing for an influx. Yeah, they've got, in some places, they're putting together curfews and that type of stuff. And, of course, extra doctors to, and nurses for STD clinics. They'll be set up, too. Florida's increased their police presence, and it won't matter. Spring breakers, they don't care. They'll be seeing double no matter what. And it's been announced that President Biden likely to skip King Charles's coronation, which is coming up in May. Mm-hmm. Joe, he's got better things to do. He's got a beach house, and Republican Dwight Eisenhower, by the way, did not also attend Queen Elizabeth's, and so that goes back. That goes back just a couple days, I would say, just a couple. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Check them out today in the Broadmoor Mall. They've got everything if you're working in the oil patch. They would love to show you around. They've got hard hats, work boots, steel toe boots, FR jeans, coveralls, everything you might need. And in the same store, furniture, appliances, and electronics, zero down financing. You can chat with them about that. And right next door is Scrub Outfitters. Next to Rig Outfitters, they've got the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Our buddy Joe saw the niche in the market and said, you know what? We need a scrub store in Hobbs. So he built it. Business is great. Go in there. They're going to treat you so nice. They've got the big name brands like Healing Hands, Medcouture's, Peaches, Dickies. And besides scrubs, they've got the comfy shoes and compression socks, everything you'll ever need. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitter, check them out in the Broadmoor Mall. Tom Hayes in charge.
All right, Rick Norris is asking, Kevin, I didn't catch what you said about Lynyrd Skynyrd. Could you please repeat it?
Last remaining member of the original band. Look, the Van Zants keep rolling out cousins.
Right.
But the last remaining member of the original band passed away. If I'm not mistaken, he's the drummer of the band. I have it in the stack. I swear I will get to it. But the last remaining original member of Lynyrd Skynyrd passed away. Joe Biden traveling to Selma, Alabama. 58th anniversary of the Bloody Sunday. And you know what? There is nothing in history that shows that Joe Biden was part of the civil rights movement. In fact, every time he says it, it's an out and out lie. Media, call him on it. Call him on it. Prove him wrong. Oh, you won't do that.
No,
you won't do that. And another Norfolk Southern derailment in Ohio.
Oh, my.
Officials confirmed yesterday there was no hazardous material on board the 28-car train that derailed Saturday night in Springfield, Ohio. Thank God that nothing hazardous on that train. Yesterday's derailment is still under investigation. No sight from Joe Biden at this point. I got sad news coming out of Texas Tech. I'll get to that. Our number 877-396-W105.
On the question of the day, when was the last time you had an all-out fit? Buddy says way back in 1965. And Jethro says, you should start drinking Diet Coke. It has more caffeine in it than the Red Bull, says the texter. Says Jethro.
I can't get over the flavor. That aftertaste, I just can't.
Keep drinking a Bud,
and I'm
baby.
trying to cut back on Coke. I mean, when I came here, I had been 4 months without Coke.
Right.
But the problem is there's no alternative. There's no sweet tea here for me. So I went back to Coke.
Well, there you go.
When I come back to the U.S., I'm cutting out the Coke.
Well, Jethro says, hey, drink Diet Coke. And Gary Rossington, guitar player for Lynyrd Skynyrd, that's the one they were talking about.
There you go.
And another one, this is for me. Tom A., you're worthless as always, says whoever the hater is. Me.
So, Tom A., is your Facebook working?
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah.
So, what is your Facebook handle?
Tom A.
Let me look that up real quick. Tom
What else could it be?
No Tom A. listed.
How about Tom A. Reese?
You don't even remember your own. Forget about it. I'll just post them. I don't know if you saw the video of me and the wife this weekend. We got a chance to swim with the big old turtles underwater, and it was a cool. The weather was terrible. The waves were just ugly, but getting a chance to swim, go snorkeling and stuff was pretty cool. And I made up my mind on one thing. We took my brother-in-law and his wife, Wee's sister and her husband, and he's old and can't get around real good.
Right.
And I decided I'm going to travel early on in life.
Might as well.
This year, next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend as much money as I possibly can and just live the life. So I made that decision, which is awesome. All right, tweet of the day. Let's get to the tweet of the day being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. They've got the big event, Test and Tune, coming up on March 10th. That's 6 to 11. Big show with legendary Olympia is March 11th with the small tire shootout, multiple classes. They've got daily drivers, true street, small tire, tailgate, run with your brungin, and more. Gates open at 11. Races start right after the drivers' meeting at 2 o'clock. You could follow these guys. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok now. Or you could call Jamal if you want to race or if you need more information, 575-631-5099. All right, the tweet of the day came from Rachel Levine. And I'm not going to play the whole thing. But I thought it was enough coming from Biden's Assistant Secretary of Health, a 300-pound man that dresses like a woman.
What?
To talk about my health. I'm just saying. Thank you. Have you had your prostate exam yet this year? That Rachel, that's the question I have for you.
Hello, I am Admiral Rachel Levine, the Assistant Secretary for Health at the United States Department of Health and Human Services. March is National Nutrition Month, and the Biden-Harris administration is taking action to support public health by offering evidence-based guidance on nutrition.
Oh, I'm sure it's evidence-based. Oh, I am sure it is evidence-based. What, Tom, you didn't like the comment about has she had her prostate exam yet?
Right. Oh, no. I haven't had mine. I'm 63.
Well,
I never had one.
Thank you for that information.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
What do they do?
Appreciate that so much. Thank you. 624. Biden talks about filibusters. Now, Biden, when he was in the Senate, was big on filibusters. Now,
right.
We ain't going to have no part of them filibusters.
I will not let a filibuster obstruct the sacred right to vote, the right of any other right to vote.
Shut up.
So how is a filibuster going to block somebody's right to vote? So he was in Selma yesterday talking about protecting people's rights to vote. How is anybody's right to vote has been obstructed? It has gotten easier to vote. Nobody's obstructing somebody's right to vote. And nobody opens their mouth and say, BS. Speaking of BS, Tom's friend, maybe you can get him on the phone now, Tom.
Who's that?
Your buddy, Mark Adams.
What happened to him?
Maybe you can get him on the phone. Well, I mean, maybe you can get him on the phone now. I mean, he doesn't have a job.
He got fired?
So to speak. Well, been suspended.
For?
Inappropriate language comments that he made to his players.
It wasn't racist, was it?
Well, it says inappropriate, unacceptable, and racially insensitive comments.
I don't think so.
And so I'm just kind of going.
I don't think so.
So Adams is encouraging student athletes to be more receptive to coaching and reference Bible verses about workers, teachers, and parents, and slaves serving their masters.
Oh, okay.
Adams immediately addressed a team and apologized.
Wow.
Look, there's certain things that we cannot change, and some of that is biblical.
Right.
And it does mention slaves in the Bible. And so you can't change the Bible, you woke son of a guns. But everything I've ever heard about Mark Adams, and I do not know him personally. I'm not Tom A. and pretends that, me and him are best buds. But
look, Mark,
that he is a ethical, compassionate, caring coach.
He is. I rode with that team for 8 years. Let me tell you something. Never did I hear anything like that. And most of his players through the years have been African American.
So it all goes to hell in a handbasket because he quotes the Bible.
You know what it
Maybe
is,
there's more to that.
It is.
Maybe there is.
They're losing, B. They got a losing record, so they're thinking of an excuse to get rid of him.
So, well, this is his first losing season.
I know it.
So, I mean, it's not, look, life is cyclical. Yeah, we'd all want to be on top all the time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just not that way. Correct. All right, update from the Roundhouse. Paid leave.
Saw that.
Paid leave, paid family and medical leave passes the Senate this weekend after hours of debate. Workers will be able to get 12 weeks of paid full-time if the bill passes the House, which I'm sure it will. Abortion, the bill to on both abortion and access to gender-affirming health care cleared the Senate Judiciary Committee. It would prevent local governments from creating new abortion restrictions, and it would protect gender-affirming treatments in those individual cities. The legislation still has to pass both chambers.
Yep.
The bill on free breakfast and lunch to public school students is picking up momentum. All senators voted for it, and the governor is backing it. It now heads to the House for their consideration. And the bestiality bill, it would make it a crime to have sex with an animal. And I'm like blown away that this bill, that we don't have a law in place in New Mexico. We are only one of, I think, 2 states that doesn't have that type of law.
It ain't broke. Hello.
Aren't you an animal lover? I'm just saying.
Right.
What are you talking about? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you're okay with people sleeping with animals?
No, I'm just saying this bill was to prevent that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well then. If it ain't a law, why do we need one? If it ain't a law now, why do we need one? People, just stupid, P. Well, now
let's go to the text line, 877-396. Why do we need a law that says, hey, it's against the law to sleep with animals?
Yeah, stupid. But, another bill, B, this is a very important
one. No, it's
one.
stupid that we haven't had such law.
Right.
But what if people are looking for a stable relationship?
Oh, Russ.
Russ.
And what if they want to have a pigsty, just like, I can't even make jokes about people sleeping with animals.
And there was another bill.
Tom's sick. You're a sick son of a gun.
There was another bill, it's called the juvenile bill, where juveniles will not receive the life penalty for a crime.
Yeah, they will get the opportunity to serve 15, 20 years.
Good.
So what that means is if a kid would, and this is hypothetical, if a kid would go into a school and kill 20 kids, he would not get life. They would only get 15, 20 years, and then they would have a chance to get out, and where the people he killed would never have a chance to get out.
Now you kill a dog? Oh man, you're going up for a long time.
Honey Boo Boo, better known as Alana Thomas' son. 3-mile car chase in Montgomery County, Georgia, last Tuesday. She was driving. She's 17 years old. Her and her boyfriend in a Charger. And police ran the tags, discovered the owner of the vehicle had a warrant. When the officers tried to make a traffic stop, the driver fled. The car chase lasted nearly 3 miles until officers used a pit maneuver to disable the vehicle. Tom, what is the pit maneuver?
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here comes the cataracts. Right when you ask a question.
No, well, a pit maneuver, the way I understand it, is used to stop a vehicle if the deflation devices don't stop it. And I think they just get in the way of the vehicle in some way.
It hits it right in the back quarter panel, spins it around. Anyway, they were able to stop the vehicle with a pit maneuver, and the boyfriend was arrested and charged with driving under the influence. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like a year or so ago that she had some drug issues? I know Mama June had some serious drug issues.
I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
I do believe. Monday, February 27th, New Mexico State Police Investigation Bureau was called to investigate a drive-by shooting, and they did make the arrest, and Mr. Flores remains behind bars. Jonathan Flores, make that Johanna Flores, 25 years old, of Roswell, has been charged with abuse of a child, putting that child in a dangerous situation, shooting at a dwelling, aggravated assault with the intent to commit a felony, aggravated assault with the intent to commit a felony, and another charge, and possession of a firearm or a destructive device by a felon. By the way, case under review by the state police. No word on, hasn't been sent yet, but when we get that information, we will pass it along. Looks like a Littlefield man has admitted that he exchanged sexual explicit photos with an 11-year-old and had her sneak out of her bedroom. Nathan Garcia started communicating with the girl in December of 2021 when she was only 11 years old. He convinced the girl to sneak out to perform various sex acts. 11 years old. I didn't even know 11-year-olds are thinking about sex. Serious.
Shame, dude.
What the heck? By the way, he had 500 photos on his phone. He has been locked up, and he is going to stay locked up for a while. He has been charged. He got 10 years in jail, $250,000 fine. Text line open, 877-396-W105. When was the last time you threw a fit? And where was it? And what was it about? I'd love to hear from you. 877-396-W105.
You know, I think what Tom means, it's a shame that we have to have a law to tell people not to have sex with animals. It doesn't teach. Does nature teach us not to do this? And it's not normal. Now, people need to read the Bible, says the texter. I couldn't put it better myself. Thank you.
Oh, please don't try to save yourself with the texter. Dude.
What he said was sick. You're a sick human being. So, Will, you heard what he said?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to talk, and for whatever reason, my mic wasn't working. But I'm just, ever since my computer rebooted, it messed everything up. So I had to reset my settings. But I'm just like, Tom A., if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What?
Yeah. That's what I said.
And then the texter tries to bail you out. I think what he's trying to say, no. He's trying to say.
Well, if we're going to have one, I guess we're going to have one.
You sick human being.
That bestiality bill doesn't count cougars, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Not the one you're thinking of, Russ.
Okay.
All right, so back to the text. And Honey Boo Boo was an occupant in that vehicle. Her boyfriend was the driver.
He's the one that's arrested.
Yeah, he was the one that was arrested.
But I do believe that last year she had some drug issues, and she's only 17.
Poor thing, man. I swear.
Yeah.
Well, not good. And Bill from Lovington says, I cannot believe that MLG would back a bestiality bill. She'll never have sex again legally.
Oh,
says the texter. B, we got a phone call. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Tom, I have to agree with you, man. This is James and Eunice.
Hey, James.
I definitely agree with you, man, that we shouldn't have to have a law that says that you don't have sex with animals.
we shouldn't, but
no, I just can't believe that's what they're. Well, we've got so many other problems in New Mexico. Why are they worrying their time with this? That's my opinion, and I don't get it. I guess I'm glad I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. One of the few times enjoy it, Tom, because a lot of times I might not agree with you.
I'll put it in my memory bank, buddy.
On this one. Hey, y'all have a good day. Thank you.
If that was his actual point, I might have been able to actually agree with him, too. But it wasn't. That wasn't what he was saying at all.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Don't fix it. That's what I'm saying. And one more text, guys. According to this text, the coach quoted a Bible verse.
Right.
That's why you got.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
So I just posted, and for whatever reason, it won't let me post the videos, but I just posted the pictures from this weekend with the giant turtles. And Tom, I couldn't believe, Will, I sent you the video. They played Sandman and then played Dancing Queen. Tom would have been dancing on the stage. Dancing Queen by ABBA, come on.
Even I don't know what that first song was, but this is fantastic.
Oh, this is awesome. But, I was like, damn, they go from Enter the Sandman to Dancing Queen. Wow.
So I got a stupid.
they've got.
Go ahead.
That's some reach.
I got a stupid question, okay?
Oh, like most of them aren't?
Well, yeah. So you went snorkeling, right? That's what you said. You went snorkeling?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So every snorkeling movie that I see, they go underneath the water, but doesn't that tube get flooded with water once you get into it? How do you breathe? That's my question.
You can't go that deep, or you take it out of your mouth when you dive deeper.
Oh.
Well, there's a couple of things. If you're going to go under that water that far where the tube is submerged, you don't breathe at that point. You only breathe when the tube is above water.
Right. You take the tube out of your mouth.
But there's a way. I mean, when you go down and you go back up, you clear the tube. You blow into it and blow the water out of it.
So what's the point?
So you can breathe again?
Dude, so you can look at everything that's below you.
Well, and what if you see like a really cool sand dollar on the bottom the bottom, and it's not very far away, but it's just far enough that you can't breathe, and you want to go down and get it and bring it back up? Well,
I this weekend I was complaining because everything's expensive at this beach.
Really? Wow.
And so a beer was like $1.75. I was bitching and moaning.
Want to hear it, dude. Just shit.
And the wife is like, and how much do we pay in the States?
Yeah, exactly. It's like go to a baseball game and then come back and talk to me.
Yeah,
go to a football game.
Yeah. Great news coming out of Roswell. Man, I got two stories from Roswell this weekend, and it troubles me that there's so much crazy stuff going on in Roswell. But in the meantime, Roswell High's Charlie's Angels dance team take national championship again.
Oh, girl.
Kim Castro goes down to Orlando, Florida, and they got the best in the nation again. How many times is this?
Man, I think this could be
fourth national championship for Kim Castro in the last 10 years.
Those girls are bad.
I mean, 4 in 10 years is pretty awesome. So congratulations going out to Kim and all the participants, and congratulations going out to Roswell High, bringing back a national championship for 4 years out of 10. That's pretty awesome. Will paid medical leave passed the Senate, heads to the House, but it looks like it's going to pass.
Lovely.
So 12. If you're going to lay off Will, Tom, do it before they pass this bill, because if not, he'll get 12 weeks off.
Ooh.
Tom, ooh.
Bye, Tom.
Right. All right, CPAC this weekend. CPAC, what does CPAC stand for, Tom?
CPAC. It's not my little deal, is it, that I put on my mask?
Oh, we know that he ain't a conservative. So it is the largest conservative convention that has been going on. Nikki Haley spoke, and I like Nikki Haley. I just don't like her as much as Trump or as much as DeSantis. I'm just saying. But here's what she had to say.
In case you didn't notice, the liberal media's heads are exploding about my run for president. And we all know why. The media can't stand the fact that I'm a conservative. Think about it. I'm a woman, I'm a minority, and I'm the daughter of immigrants. I am proof that liberals are wrong about everything they say about America.
I do mean everything. So I like Nikki Haley. I just don't like her as much as I like DeSantis and Trump.
Why does she have to? I mean, why does she have to virtue signal all the time and point out that she's a minority, like every time you turn around?
Well, we've known that for a while from her.
Oh, okay. Did I not just say every time you turn around?
Yippers.
Thank you, Tom.
I never liked her
Appreciate
when she was the governor of was it South Carolina? I never did.
And so why didn't you like her?
Well,
Please elaborate.
And I didn't like her when she was the ambassador.
No.
To the United
Please
Nations.
elaborate why you didn't like her.
Because she sounds.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
She sounds weak. I mean, look at the statement that she made.
Oh, shut up. She does not
She should have
sound
had
weak.
some. Do it.
What?
She should knock that one out of the ballpark.
I love that you can't come up with one intelligent. She doesn't have any to her.
Right. You don't.
What is that?
I mean, she's got to have
Serious.
some testosterone to her, but she ain't got none.
Tom.
And you don't either.
She's a female. And she's probably got more testosterone than you got.
Her testosterone is probably higher than yours.
Well.
Oh, no question. By the way, it's Conservative Political Action Conference.
Thank you. Donald Trump was there. Here's what he had to say.
All Republican governors should immediately go for paper ballots, one-day voting, and voter ID.
By far the loudest.
He was
Out
loud.
of the two, no doubt, the loudest applaud. But you know what? That was Trump's. He has done so well at CPAC for years upon years. The governor of Illinois, I call him Sausage Boy. Sausage Boy, Pritzker, talking about Biden's done such a great job. Who would run against him?
I don't think there's anybody that's serious that's actually considering running against Joe Biden because he's done such a great job.
Thank you, Sausage Boy. We appreciate that. And Hakeem Jeffries, the minority speaker, talking about Biden's border policies. I mean, it's working well.
Well, based on my visit to the border, what I have seen is that some of the steps that President Biden and the administration have taken over the last few months have certainly reduced the flow of illegal border crossings.
Where? Seriously, where? Because we ain't seen it. And they allow people to say stuff like that, and nobody says, where would this be? Seriously. In Ukraine? Because it ain't here. 6:46 p.m. The Breakfast Club, your chance to qualify for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas coming up in just a bit. Morning show this morning being brought to you by your mountain getaway. Camp La Tall Pines, scenic, Mayhill, New Mexico. Scott and Jamie Miller have put together just a wonderful place to go up for the weekend or stay a week up there. If you're hunting up there coming up soon, they've got RV hookups. They've got the glamping tents, cozy cabins, whatever you're looking for, they can accommodate you. And lots of things to do. Fishing pond, they've got mountain biking, hiking, high ropes, low ropes. Want to take, maybe you got somebody that's competing in track or soccer or softball, whatever, football. You want to make sure they're in shape. You take them up to the mountains, high altitude training. That will do it. Talk to them about it. 575-687-4101 or go to camptallpines.com for more information. Tom in the text at 647. Thought for the day up next.
You know, with Trump's faults, he's the only one that can straighten this mess out, says the text. Richie says, Tom saying someone sounds weak? What a joke. Look, the guy who's in office, he's the weak one right now. And I'm from South Carolina, and she was a great governor. STUH, Tom, says the texters. And a special shout out. Go ahead, B.
Can't come up with the reason why he didn't like her. Why didn't you like her?
Well, B, she has no substance. All she talks about is herself. I come from a minority. I'm
true.
This and that.
Not true.
True. My peeps are from India.
True. Not true.
Well, what do you like about her?
She is a strong conservative that stood up to people when they talked about issues She cleaned up the schools. She fixed the infrastructure. Look, we're talking about the redneck South.
Right.
And for a minority woman to go in there and get elected, not one term, but 2 terms, she had to be doing something right.
Yeah, but
I like her as governor. I don't like her as presidential candidate.
There you go. I
I mean, I don't care for either. I mean, and when you get too many candidates running, you just lose some of the substance.
I think she's running for vice president, but that's just me.
She better be a better vice president than what we got now.
Well, it could be a better vice president than Mike Pence. That's for damn sure.
She could close her eyes and be a better vice president than Kamala Harris.
Oh, Kamala Cackling Harris. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you. They deliver on-road and off-road. Find out more information, wakefieldoil.com. You can also follow them on Facebook. Thought for the day is I made a huge to-do list today. I just can't figure out who's going to do it all. It is the thought for the day. That's actually Tom's thought for the day. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. They are right now hiring folks. If you've ever supervised a frac crew, they've got a training program for you to make you a cementing supervisor. It's called the SSIT program. If you've ever run a blender in the patch, Spinnaker can teach you how to run a cementing truck and become a cementing equipment operator. Must have a CDL and willing to work a lot of hours. You're going to receive top pay with Spinnaker and one of the best salaries in the industry and best benefit packages also. Housing is available if you need it. Spinnaker's an equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 and go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $78.57, $84.55 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas, $2.66.
6:51. Beyond the Breakfast Club. Got a sad story this morning. New Mexico Desert Dogs, they need your help, and they're trying to aid Jack Ibarra as he fights to win. Ibarra is 8 years old and diagnosed with leukemia. And at the beginning of February, they found out. And so they're raising money. If you need more information, want to give to this great cause, just go to New Mexico Desert Dogs.company.site. They're also on Facebook if you want to go to Facebook. And I didn't realize that I'm actually friends with his mom and dad on my personal account. So if we could, let's help this young man out as he fights. And best of luck, Jax. 652. The gun bill, Tom, that Senate Bill 427 would require gun buyers to have a 2-week waiting period before actually getting the gun. Supporters calling it a life-changing bill that would allow people in emotional distress or suicidal to have time to cool off before they actually use that gun. Those against the bill said a majority of gun buyers already have a gun at home and argued the bill wouldn't make it a big difference, would not make a big difference. There's also a House bill that is would do the whole thing. Anyway, the bill passed 6-1 and the Senate Judiciary Committee. And in the Public Affairs Committee, it moves to Judiciary Committee next. Hasn't made a final vote for the Senate, but it keeps moving on, which is kind of scary. Look, if somebody is going to do themselves harm, they are going to find a way to do themselves harm. A gun to commit suicide is not the only way.
No.
Sad but true. Sad story also out of Roswell this morning. Roswell PD, the Sheriff's Department, SWAT were called out, standoff at Hatchet Construction, and right next to the Asian food market. Undersheriff said that the deputies were called to the Asian market after a male owner was involved in a domestic violence incident with his wife, where it is alleged that he beat her and their child. Then after some time, the father was called to intervene, and the male suspect proceeded to beat the father as well. And that's when deputies arrived at the scene. And
it was a long standoff, and he was barricaded.
Yeah, very long standoff, and they resolved it peacefully.
Yep.
I am kind of heartbroken because I know the male, and I know the wife, and I've seen the child there, and so it kind of gives me a personal touch, and thoughts and prayers, because I'm gonna be honest, this does not sound like that individual. And they did say at one point he asked the sheriff to bring him a beer. So I don't know if substances were involved in this, but thoughts and prayers for the family. And thank God everything ended with nobody getting, really, really hurt. That's for sure.
Don't know
Crazy
what kind of charges
story.
he's facing yet, but
I'm sure he's
good.
facing a lot of charges. A lot of charges. Navy SEAL died over the weekend after taking part in a free fall parachute training, according to a statement from Naval Special Warfare Command. Chief Special Warfare Operator Michael Ernst was participating in that training Sunday in Arizona when the accident occurred. And a Texas woman is accused of stabbing her three children to death and injuring two of her other kids, according to ABC News affiliate WFAA. Sources told the outlet that the three elementary age students, 6-year-olds and two 5-year-olds, were found dead inside the house in Ellis County on Friday afternoon. By the way, the other two kids have been handed off to Child Protective Services. Mother has been arrested. CDC issues a measles alert. Measles alert. Get ready for it. Measles alert could be coming down the pike. And they believe the measles outbreak started at a revival in Kentucky last month. They suspect at least 20,000 people have been infected there, and people travel and go all over the place. So measles outbreak, measles alert. Be careful. All right, 877-396-W105. Taking out trash on the way. Our number 877-396-W105.
And you're right, Tom. Hey, get back into the kitchen. Laugh out loud, says the text. And Tom, he sounds like a Democrat, says the texter. Mike is saying, did y'all hear about the San Francisco handing out $5 million to all black residents? No.
California, yes.
Is that
Reparations, yes. And the crazy part of reparations, California wasn't a slave state. I want you to think about this. California was not even around. They weren't a slave state.
So we're just going to glance over Tom's sexist comment.
Which one?
Telling women to get back in the kitchen?
Oh, that was been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember him saying that today.
Well, he didn't say it today, but he read the text and then laughed.
Well, said laugh out loud, the texter said that. So
Didn't mean you have to laugh out loud, literally.
No, here's the deal. And I believe women can do whatever they want. Whatever they want.
Unless they want to be in the military fighting on the front line.
When I told my daughter when she entered the Air Force, before she signed on the dotted line, I said, when you sign on that thing, make sure you know what, if you go to war, that you got to be there. I mean, that's the chances that you take when you join the military, that you may face conflict.
If you're watching online and you just saw my face, that's like telling a fireman, you know, when you join the fire department, you might have to put out fires.
Some people may not know. I mean, it's a fun thing.
You know,
to
as
be
a plumber, you
veteran.
might have to stop a damn leak.
Here's what he might understand. You know, if you join the radio station, you might have to talk on the air.
No. Will, you got it wrong.
What is it?
When you join the radio station, you might have to run the board.
Oh, there you go.
I've never backed off from it ever.
Really?
Nope.
Well, let me ask you this much.
never backing off from the assignment and being able to accomplish the task are two totally different things.
Why is Russ in there today?
I don't know.
He could be in bed right now.
We never said that you didn't want to try to do it. The question was whether you had the capabilities of doing it.
Oh yeah,
we've tried. We've tried.
It's just. I got to get familiar with it. Not the board part,
dude,
but the other part.
I will give you.
How much time do you have to get familiar? You've been in the damn building like 5 years.
I'll give you one thing, okay? This is slightly more complicated than just the board because you have other obligations, cameras, logs, this, that, and the other. But Will can handle most of that from home. It's just easier to do if you're in the studio. But that's just it. If you're running the board, Will's got to do everything else anyway. So
I'm going to be honest.
You know?
I think I could do it in my sleep. I'm serious.
Oh, you can do anything in your sleep.
Do I do it? Can I do it?
When B's in the studio, does he do everything?
When B's in the studio, he does the cams, the log catch up, his own balancing, and runs the board. Which the board is the easy part.
It's the easiest part.
This little board is the easy part. It's dealing with everything else. It takes 3-digit IQ. Wait, did I say that out loud? Wait, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Excuses are like butts. We all got them. Some are just more stinkier than others.
I learned how to do these boards 36 years ago.
Whatever. Still doesn't know.
No.
701 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. Take it out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549. Find them on the web, trash-eaters.com. They do residential pickups, reminding you to give to the Lovington Shelter. They can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. California authorities say a man accused of blowing up 2 Pacific gas and electric transformers also had a large number of explosive material in his home. Peter Krestovich of San Jose, he's 36, now faces multiple charges, including 2 counts of exploding a destructive device and 2 counts of destroying electrical lines. I think he's been charged with arson. I think anything to do with the electrical grid is a federal matter, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, this guy would ignite a backpack near the transformers and blow the transformers up and cause many people to lose electricity. And he's been arrested. And the way they caught him was through Ring doorbell cams.
Wow.
They went house to house asking if they could see surveillance, and that's the way they caught him. Thank God nobody was injured. Think about this. Kid could be riding down the street on his bicycle. Dang thing goes off, and that could have not ended well. That could have ended really, really bad. New Mexico lawmakers debate voter protection and requirements. State lawmakers in New Mexico considering many proposals that would change the laws surrounding voting. HB 4, which is known as the Voting Rights Protection Act, same thing Biden talked about yesterday, proposed a lot of small changes when it came to registration, allowing felons to vote, and the number of polling places across the state. and even having it as a holiday. The problem I have with this bill, we have already made it so easy to vote. Nobody is holding anybody back. Biden talked about this yesterday about in Selma, Alabama, about we are going to protect your right to vote. Who is holding anybody back from voting? Nobody. Not one person is holding you back from voting. I mean, it's pretty easy. The polls are open until what, 8 o'clock?
7.
7? They're open on the weekends. You can vote by mail. You can vote absentee. Man, it's pretty darn easy to get out and vote. It really, really is. I don't know what the problem is. Dems are looking beyond Biden. Some Democrats are looking, and some of the names they've mentioned. You ready for this?
Okay.
Tom, Hillary Clinton, and Al Gore. Al Gore is about as popular as syphilis.
Right.
So they say that if Biden doesn't run, they've got people in the hopper. I always thought it would be Gavin Newsom. But Hillary Clinton, how old is Hillary?
She's going to be 70-something.
Oh, she got to be over 70-something.
But I vote for her because she's sexy.
I'm waiting for him to announce OAC.
Wait a second. Hold up. I think I just lost my supper. Hillary Clinton is sexy? I'm going to be honest. I would rather spray alcohol in my eye than say that Hillary is sexy.
Obviously, you're not looking at what I'm looking at.
What are you looking at?
Is this pre-cataract or post-cataract? I'm just curious.
Tom is a cankle man. Okay?
Cankle man.
That's where the calf just runs into the shoe and there's not really any ankle there. Have you ever looked at her?
Oh.
It just goes from calf to shoe. There's no ankle there. She has cankles, calf to ankle.
Oh, so you've been looking too, huh?
No, I've seen photographs. She was running for president. First thing I noticed is that extremely large ass offset by that extremely small IQ and the cankles. I'm sorry.
And let me ask you this much.
Cankles on her been a joke.
What part of that is good looking?
Her forehead.
Somebody else agrees with you because on the text line it says, not going to lie, Hillary is kind of cute.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. And, you know, Tom, I hate to break it to you.
What's that?
She's not even playing for the same team.
Well, you say that.
I started to say...
She's a lesbian.
That's the second time that you said that a lesbian was attractive. Who was the other one?
I'm telling
you.
Well, there's a reason for that.
She's never come out, guys. I don't think so.
And she'll never come out. New Mexico House Democrats vote to give themselves a taxpayer-funded salary Saturday.
Great.
All but one New Mexico Democrat voted to give themselves a salary on the backs of state taxpayers. Representative Angela Rubio. She proposed the bill. It passed the House chambers 40-24. Should this be a measure that goes to the voters? There's talk about that this would be a measure that would go to the voters. So they passed it saying they get $54,000 a year for a part-time job. Yep.
Wow, B. An occasional special
I mean, right now
session.
they get $176 a day for a 60-day session. They receive about $10,560.
Wow.
But at the same time, we can look at this and say, well, it's terrible and this and that. But maybe we would get candidates that are can't afford to run right now because they need income. to be able to. Right now, what we get is retirees, lots of lawyers that can take off of work, and some self-employed folks. Well, if we had a salary attached to that, maybe we get better candidates. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, Texas gets paid, Arizona gets paid, Colorado gets paid. New Mexico is one of very few states that doesn't get paid.
As long as they can't vote themselves raises.
Yeah, I don't like that. I would rather it go directly to the people. Let the people decide.
So back to the Hillary thing real quick. Jaron from Lovington says the "I'd vote for her" part disturbed me way more than the "she's sexy" part.
Yeah, you're right about that. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
And someone else says, y'all heard it. He's going to vote for her. Fire him.
Oh. Roswell woman was arrested and charged with multiple crimes after fighting with a mall cop and who said that he seen her shoplift. That happened Thursday afternoon in Roswell. And then driving a stolen pickup truck, she led police on a high-speed pursuit.
How many is that now? 5 of them?
Yeah, they brought out the spike strips and saved the day. Beginning April of this year, Discover will become the first credit card issuer to track your gun purchases. So if you're buying online, they are now going to be tracking your gun purchases. And I'm more worried about who are they handing that information over to after that. Just wondering out loud. And a Florida woman accused of killing her terminally ill husband in the hospital is out on bond. Florida woman accused of killing the terminally ill husband in the hospital in an effort to carry out what she said was a suicide plan. Was granted bond by the jury. Look, she's 76 years old. Her husband was 83. And Gallup Police Department have responded to the Veterans Memorial Park. That happened last week. They found a 15-year-old unconscious, taken to the hospital, and later died there. 7-Eleven being the Breakfast Club. Catch up on the texts. Still to come, things that happened on this date in history. National anthem, the pledge, your chance to qualify for a trip we're giving away, and more.
You know, Tom A. is a Democrat and Hillary is not sexy, but Nikki is sexy, says the text.
She is. I'll give her that.
And it's obvious that Tom's cataract surgery has failed. Hillary's not attractive. Like Mr. B said, almost lost by breakfast. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Rocket!
What's up, Rocket? Tom thinks Hillary's sexy.
I got to key in on that, man. Tom.
Yeah.
If your eye surgery goes well and you're able to see, you're going to need a cardiologist, because when you see how ugly Hillary Clinton really is, you're going to have a damn heart attack. You know, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but in the past few years, Hillary Clinton's kind of like the Grinch. You know, when the Grinch finally saw the light of the Christmas spirit and his heart grew 10 times, it's kind of like Hillary Clinton too, but instead of her heart, it was her ass. She's in the race for the biggest ass contest with Whoopi Goldberg. Y'all have a good day.
All right, buddy.
And we keep. There's a few textures coming in, and over the weekend, the Brain Group at meets at the McDonald's store here, which we call it the Brain Group. It's actually a bunch of old grandpas that get together for coffee on weekends. We were talking about sexy politicians, and I'll tell you somebody who'd get a vote just on sexy. Candace Owens could just about run for anything and going to get a good percentage of that because she's sexy.
She's got big hips.
I think she's sexy. I think she's smart. I think she has no desire to get into politics.
Look, I'll be real honest.
Candace Owens
makes her politics makes her a lot hotter.
Yeah. I don't think she has any.
She didn't have any desire to get into. I mean, why would she? She's making a crap ton of money for Daily Wire doing what she's doing now. And for PragerU, Why would she?
And just had a baby, and I don't think she wants to venture down.
It's like that old song goes, guys. Politics makes her take her
go ahead
off.
Finish it. Go ahead.
That's Joe Nichols' song.
It's tequila. You're such
tequila
a moron.
makes her. I started to say, where in the world is he going?
Make stuff up. It's in the neighborhood.
On the way, we're going to talk about U.S. federal agency is suing Exxon after nooses were found at the Louisiana complex. We'll dive into that. So somebody puts up a noose and you sue Exxon. You don't find out who did it. You just sue Exxon. We'll talk about that. And Joe Biden's approval rating, is it up or is it down? We'll talk about that. And Pete Buttigieg is working with airlines to drop family seat fees. Yeah, that's what's so important. And we're going to dive into this livestock theft bill that moves through the House floor, and the most beautiful beaches in America and the world. I'll get to that. And how much money do you have saved for retirement? I'll tell you, 50% of people have no savings in America today. I'll talk about that and more on the way. 7:15, wrap her up.
Jeffro says the rule number one when purchasing firearms or ammunition or grenades or a rocket launcher is you pay cash. That's Jeffro saying that this morning. Good idea. And Tom A. thinks Michelle Obama is a handsome guy, says the texter.
I want to go back to Jeffro and the rocket launchers, bro. I need to come over and see your setup, buddy.
I agree with him. And another one says Tom A. can't even read, says the texter.
If you think the reading is bad, wait till you see the arithmetic and the writing.
Right.
Just saying, you haven't seen those.
But my cataract surgery for I believe is next week, so I'll finally be able to fully 20/80 vision.
Whatever.
20/80.
Yeah.
That's
what I was at the supermarket today, ran into a guy from Texas. And we start talking politics, and he said, I will never go back to the U.S. He goes, I just can't stomach what they've done to my country. I'm with you, bro, but I'm still going to go back. And it's just kind of sad. He goes, I kept waiting for somebody to do something. I said, well, there are guys out there that are preparing to do something. I don't know what something you're talking about, and I don't want to get into it. Mm-hmm. And I damn sure don't want to talk about it on the radio. But, I think there's a lot of people that have the same feeling. They're like, we just keep taking it and taking it and taking it. Well, sooner or later, somebody will push back. You can count on that. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies down at North Star Laundry. Check them out today. One stop for all your laundry need. North Star offers dry cleaning, pressing. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. You can do it yourself. They have coin-operated machines for regular and all-fill-related clothes. Let them take care of all your clothes, and they can do that too. They're open 7 days a week. You can find them in Carlsbad, 2 locations, 609 West Lee and 604 West Church, and also in Loving at 406 West Cedar. North Star Laundry, check them out today. Beautiful day today, up to 80 and sunny skies. More importantly, the winds less than 15 miles an hour. 46 tonight, 79 tomorrow. Looking good for the rest of the week. Winds will not get up over 15 miles an hour pretty much throughout the week. 5-day forecast, check it out for yourself, W105radio.com. KWMW Maljamore 105.1 FM, National Anthem in the Pledge this morning, being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. You can give her a call today. She can give you a quote on insurance plan to meet your needs. Her number 575-393-2661. She serves Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County and would love to talk to you. about your insurance needs and come together with a quote that meets everything that you need. She can bundle it together to save you a ton of money. Her number 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long started with farmers when she was 19 years of age, started her business, and 40 plus years later still helping people. God bless America. God bless you. Here's the national anthem and the pledge.
Good morning. My name is Drew Mosier. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled or the land of the free and the home of the brave.
721. God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Isaiah 49, it says, He made my mouth like a sharpened sword in the shadow of his land, and he made me the word to be told, which will be the truth.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Join us in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgiven those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
721, sunny today. It's going to be about 80, and next couple days we're going to hover around 80 and looking good, sunny skies and the forecast. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got all the guns that you'll ever need, and trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And if you've been thinking about getting personal protection items, lethal or non-lethal, they can help you there. And they always have the gun that you're looking for. If they don't, for whatever reason, let them know whatever gun it is you're looking for. They can probably get it for you. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Good people to deal with. Check them out today. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Zia Guns, closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. 723 still to come. More sound bites on the way. We'll be talking about Carrie Jean Pierre and Representative Teresa Fernandez. We'll be speaking about why we're New Mexicans. Yeah, I am quite surprised. It's much of the same. It is Women's Month, March, so she'll be talking about that also. Checking in with the news this morning, being brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Give him a call, 575-208-5300, ragsdalelawfirm.com. Settling the big cases out in the patch, over $10 million, $9 million in a medical malpractice case. And if you've been involved in a car accident or a slip and fall, he would love to talk to you. Gotten yourself in a criminal matter, need somebody to defend you, Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, ragsdalelawfirm.com. 7:24. Let's take a break. Let's qualify, folks, for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas. And then Jim will look at news. We're W105.
Fish, you want to do it all the time? We're just fishing. Old time fishing. Oh, looky there. I've got a bite.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The FBI is looking for 4 Americans believed to have been kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico, just across the border from Brownsville, Texas.
The Americans had gone across the border on Friday and were traveling in a white minivan with North Carolina license plates. The FBI San Antonio Division Office says the vehicle was fired upon shortly after crossing into Matamoros.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. 1 person's killed, 2 engine plane crash in Lindenhurst.
It turned back to the airport in nearby Farmingdale, but the plane came down in a residential neighborhood. 3 people were on board the plane. 1 person was killed. 2 others were injured. Officials say no one on the ground was hurt, and the FAA and NTSB is investigating.
Fox's Ted Lindner. A Boy Scout mother's been killed by a fallen tree during a hike in Cupertino, California. America's listening to Fox News.
In a pub. All-day buffet, salad bar, and hot bar with a large selection of pizza, even dessert pizzas. Pizza Inn's menu also offers specialty pizza, subs, hot wings, salad bar, and more. Enjoy their fresh brewed tea, or over 21 can enjoy a variety of their favorite beer. Pizza Inn has a game room for the kids and a meeting room for private business or birthday parties. Join them at Pizza Inn, 1943 North Grimes. For dine-in, carry out, or use the drive-thru. Pizza Inn Delivery, 575-397-0505. That's 575-397-0505.
This country sure be windy in springtime, and we all know the best thing about wind is when it stops. Well, your friends at Roswell Ford can't do anything about the wind, but we can sure help you find the right car or truck. Roswell Ford has the biggest selection of nice pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico. Each one carefully inspected and backed with a 3-day money-back guarantee. We also have brand new Fords arriving almost every day, so you want to check with us frequently to be sure you don't miss something. And when your vehicle needs service, remember that Roswell Ford offers free pickup and delivery, so you don't have to get out in the wind. Or the Roswell Ford mobile service van can come to you and take care of most routine maintenance at your house or where you work. So whether you're shopping for a new vehicle or taking care of the one you have, you can't do better than Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation, at the corner of 9th and Main. Come see us, but remember to hang on to your hat and don't let that car door get away from you.
Artesia Arts Council proudly presents Obie Award-winning Jason Petty's Hank and My Honky Tonk Hero, celebrating 100 years of Hank. Come out for Antio Performing Arts Center in Artesia. Visit artesiaartscouncil.com for ticket info. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
The science is clear. Nutritious food helps kids grow up healthier and do better in school. Senate Bill 4, backed by Governor Lujan Grisham and sponsored by Senators Michael Padilla and Leo Jaramillo, means better nutrition, better student performance, and a brighter future for our children.
You gotta have a healthy
Association. Call your legislators today and ask them to support New Mexico State Senate Bill 4.
Into spring with a Yucca Blossom Festival, Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th at the Walter Gerald Civic Center. Come check out the arts and crafts of over 50 vendors. There will be food trucks on site. Win great door prizes throughout this fun-filled 2-day event. It's a great time for the entire family, including painting for the kids. March into spring with a Yucca Blossom Festival, March 11th and 12th at the Carlsbad Civic Center and paid by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in or around Carlsbad? WWRV is 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 152 RV with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities are included in the price. Well lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact info by visiting their website at www.rvx3.com or call 575-988-0392 for WWRV.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was to visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, the law firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
This week at Bob's Ridgeway, it's time to stock up with meaty pork country style ribs, $1.49 a pound. Boneless skinless chicken breast, $1.69 a pound. Top sirloin steak, $5.99 a pound. And in produce, U.S. russet potatoes, 10-pound bags, only $3.99. Get extra large black seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. And the snack size mangoes, just 99 cents each. And it's National Frozen Food Month. Blue Ribbon ice cream, 48 ounce, 2 for $6. Smart One entrees, 2 for $4. The Craven flavored stuffed crust pizzas, the big 35 ounce, only $6.88. And the Craven flavored pizza bite 90 count bag, also $6.88. And these are just a few of the specials. This week, more than 150 weekly inflation fighting specials, and it's where they still carry your groceries out for you. Bob's Ridgeway.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
In the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hello, who are you? I'm your number one fan.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. It's a Monday. I hope you get used to this Monday. It's going to be around for the pockets of Ukraine politicians.
Today, the Biden-Harris administration is announcing its 33rd security assistance package for Ukraine using presidential drawdown authorities as we continue to surge weapons and equipment that Ukraine needs to defend itself against Russian aggression.
Yeah, what about our own aggressions at our southern border? Hell with that, right? Yeah, she went on to talk about drag shows. Tennessee's governor banned all drag shows, saying that drag shows are the same as strip shows and such, and it's not appropriate for children. Here's what she had to say.
But even when they went to vote in November, those were the issues that mattered the most to them. But instead of doing anything to address those real issues that are impacting American people, right now you have a governor from Tennessee has decided to go after drag shows. What sense does that make?
Let me ask you this much. Yeah, what's going on with the price of goods? What is Joe doing about that?
I don't know. What sense does it make to protect our children? I don't know.
The hell with the children. I mean, do they really need to be protected? Come on. And Representative Teresa Leger Fernandez, I'm kind of embarrassed that she is from New Mexico, but thank God she's from the northern part.
Happy Women's History Month, El Mes de la Mujer. This is the month that we're going to celebrate and acknowledge and learn about those amazing women who...
Have you noticed that everybody from the northern part of the state talk the same way? Doesn't matter the governor or this woman or the Stansbury woman, they all talk the same way. Women's History Month. Let's continue.
Define a woman.
What's that?
We can't define a woman. And for Women's History Month, Hershey decided to have a transgender woman, not a real woman.
Right, yeah. And they got in some trouble.
Let's not slap anybody in the face with any of this stuff.
You know, when will real women start going, wait a second here?
I'm just curious where all of our feminists who fought so hard for feminine rights are.
Right.
They're just letting these non-women take their spots.
Yep, no doubt. So she continues.
And walked before us, and who are going to continue to inspire us. We're going to continue to inspire the generations that come after. And they're going to also inspire the work we do in Congress, the work we do all over, whether it is in the streets or in the roundhouse. So let's get started.
In the streets or in the roundhouse, you are a state. I mean, you represent New Mexico in Washington, D.C. But thank you very much. I appreciate you a whole bunch. We really do. And this part of the state, we appreciate you a whole bunch. New study reveals people with mullets have more fun than non-people with mullets. Yeah, they enjoy more nights out and have a better wardrobe. So mullets are cool. And when it comes to mullets, people with mullets go out about 5 nights out of the month. Non-mullets, only 3 nights out of the month. So, mullets. Tom, you ever thought about, you're probably the only one in the building that could, Russ could have a mullet if he wanted.
Right.
And I'm actually surprised he doesn't have a mullet.
And wouldn't take me much to get a mullet. I got it going in the back.
You dang sure would, you would do really well with a mullet.
I would probably fit more in at my family reunion. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Rachel Ray ending her talk show.
Really?
After 70s, was she still back on the? I thought her show ended a long time ago.
No.
And Star Trek Discovery is set to end with season 5 on Paramount.
Wow.
When it premieres in 2024.
Do they still have the same theme song? No.
Not even the same.
Oh my Lord!
Series, Tom.
You just hurt Will morally by doing that. I can hear it in his voice. You just hurt him in his soul.
It sounded to me like somebody took a feather duster to you. Just saying. Jackson Mahomes. Jackson Mahomes, the younger brother of Patrick Mahomes, is under investigation. Multiple allegations involving an assault at a bar in Kansas. He is accused of shoving a 19-year-old waiter multiple times and kissing a 40-year-old female owner at the establishment who did not want to get kissed. Sounds to me like Patrick Mahomes' brother is in a little bit of trouble. I'm just surprised he's kissing a female. Officers confirmed yesterday there were no hazardous material on board that train derailment in Ohio. We talked a little bit about that earlier. And Douglas County sheriffs, suburb of Atlanta, are looking out for suspects in a Saturday night shooting at a house party that led to 2 people dying, 6 people injured. Officials say that the party in Douglasville was packed with more than 100 teenagers. The deceased victim were unidentified at this point because they are teens. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom, you're in charge.
All right. So what's a non-people? Richie is asking this morning.
What's a what?
A non-people.
I think you misspoke a while ago and said something about non-people with mullets.
Well, I'm talking about non-mullets.
Okay. That's what you mean.
People with mullets and non-mullets.
And non-mullets. I think they're wrong.
I have no mullet.
I think they're wrong about the wind today. It's pretty dang windy down here in Carlsbad already, says one of the testers.
And something that B touched on earlier, this isn't from the text line, but I know you watch Fox News like I do at 3:30 in the morning. Did you see the number of train derailments that we have in the United States every year? Did you catch that? They said over 1,000 a year.
A year?
Wait. Let me get this right, because I'm gonna dot the I's and cross the T's. Remember when we stopped pipelines? It was because of safety. It was safer to put that crude on a train and ship it that way. It wasn't that, Soros and a bunch of other rich guys owned stock in trains.
Mm-hmm.
It was for a safety reason. But you're telling me we have 1,000 derailments a year.
1,000 derailments a year.
Wow,
and that means that's 2 or 3 train derailments a day. And this is supposed to be the safe way to transport our crude, our chemicals, maybe the transportation directors should, if they're having 1,000 train derailments a year, should get off the brethinator.
That guy is very busy, and he's actually trying to force the airlines. The latest move by Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg he's calling on airlines to drop the family seat fees. Yeah. American Airline Customer Service plans to allow under 15-year-olds to sit next to their accompanied adult with no additional costs. Right now, the way it works, if you say me and the wife want to sit next to each other, in some cases you have to pay for that seat. And it depends on where that seat is located to what's the cost. It could go up to $50. You sit in the back of the plane. Most of the time it's free. If you want to be in the middle of the plane, that's $20. If you want to be on the bulkhead, that's $50. So this would eliminate that cost to families. It's not really a big concern of mine. A bigger concern of mine would be, I don't know, Palestine, Ohio. That would be a big, bringing the overall cost of transportation back. Worried about the family plan is not, that's the same thing, Joe. We're going to stop all the surcharges for concerts. Ticketmaster's charging you too much. SeatGeek charging you too much. Well, we all have a decision if we're going to buy those tickets. Yeah, I've paid the fees. It's part of the handling. Part of the price of me going. I'm gonna pay the additional $20 or whatever it is. Ticketmaster's been doing this now. I'm talking about back in the day when I was going to concerts in the 70s. Except the only difference is back in the day, you go to the record store and you purchase your ticket and you still paid the handling fees. But these are the big concerns of the day. Big concerns. Looks like ExxonMobil of Baton Rouge. Somebody hung 5 nooses outside ExxonMobil's Baton Rouge complex. U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. That's one of those agencies you do not want to mess with in the federal government. Said it sued Exxon after several nooses were discovered at the company's complex because they failed to take action after a black employee discovered the noose at his workstation and the chemical plant. You understand how big a chemical plant is? At the time, there's been 3 or 4 nooses. Exxon contends they investigated, they couldn't find who was putting out the nooses. And, at what point, and by the way, this agency still hasn't discovered who was putting out the nooses. So, do nooses only offend black people? I get the whole thing about lynching.
Well, but are black people the only people that got lynched?
No,
because
white people were hung too.
So
I looked that up.
Criminals should be upset, right?
Yeah. So black people weren't the only person hung. White people were hung.
I
Native
knew
Americans were hung.
Mr. Rooney or you would bring this up, so I'm ahead of the game. This is what I bring, Tom. See, this is how you participate. Anyway, The Tuskegee Institute has recorded that lynchings of 3,446 blacks and 1,297 whites, all of which occurred between 1882 and 1968, which was when the last one was, and the peak was 1890. And at the time of economic stress in the South, increasing political suspicion of blacks. So 133 years ago was when the peak of lynchings were, and almost half as many white people were lynched as black. So there you go. And that's according to the Tuskegee Institute. So pretty sure they would try to be as accurate in that as they could.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, look, hanging goes way, way. Tom, you ever watch Gunsmoke and they hung somebody?
Yes, I did.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well, I'm just curious, were these actual nooses or were they Bubba Wallace, garage pull downs?
God only knows. But anyway, Exxon's going to be sued. They have a lot of money.
Well, and I'm with you, Beat. Let's not figure out who actually did it. Let's just blame Exxon.
Yeah, blame Exxon.
They didn't do enough to investigate.
Yeah. On Friday, Rasmussen poll shows Biden with a 48% approval rating, 50% disapproval rating. Who the hell are you 48% of people? And you must love things going to hell in a handbasket. You must love the high prices. You must love, giving money away to Ukraine and working hard and all your money leaving your paycheck. 48% approval rating. Now, I got to go back to February. Biden's approval rating was only 45%. And go back to to 2019, his approval rating was only a 40%. So that leads me to believe that.
Well, do you think it was that trip to East Palestine? Oh, wait, he hasn't gone.
Oh, wait, no, he did not make that.
Maybe it was the trip to Ukraine that he did make.
Yeah, didn't even meet with the mayor. Yeah, that's how bad that is. Livestock theft bill moves to the House floor. Cattle raising plays a huge role in southeast New Mexico and really the entire state. And House Bill 153 would increase the penalty for livestock theft. And everybody that ranches, they back this bill. I know Candy Smith-Azale was one of the ones that backing this bill big time. Ever go to the beach? What beaches are the really nice beaches in America? Maui, Hawaii, best beach. They're number one. Sierra Beach in Florida, number two. Driftwood Beach in Georgia. When you think of Georgia, you don't think about beaches, but they got some awesome beaches. Then it goes to another beach, Maui and Hawaii, and then Destin Beach in Florida. Destin Beach, very, very nice. And the best beach in the world would be Baio de Sancho in Brazil.
Is it really? How about Elephant Butte?
Elephant Butte. Are you joking? I mean, are you actually for real?
He's just saying stuff to be as stupid as possible.
Yes, figured that one out. Yeah.
Elephant Butte.
Well, I mean, it's got sand on it.
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus.
Don't get me wrong. I love going to Elephant Butte, but
it's nice.
Not in comparison.
Wow. When I think of beaches, it's ocean
salt water. Salt water.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Tom, how much money do you have saved away now that you put together that trust fund for the kids? Trust.
Well, yeah, I got a couple bucks.
So, U.S. Census Bureau last year talking about millions of Americans. Roughly 50% of women aged 55 to 66 have no personal retirement savings for. And
wow.
And 47% of men are in the same boat. Same age, 22% of women had over 100,000 or more. And 30% of men had over 100,000. So, but the troubling figure is 50% of those close to retirement have close to no savings at all. If you're counting on Social Security, or maybe counting on you being like 80 and still working, I think that's more of it. I think that's a great part of people. They're going to have to work until 70 plus. 749 morning show this morning being brought to you by our brand new sponsor, United Pump and Supply, coming soon to Carlsbad. If you're looking for a supplier that can hold up to the pressure, you'll find them at up-s.com. United Pump and Supply, 60 plus years in the business. They are the experts when it comes to top of the line chemical pumps, valves, chokes, gauges, and more. They have they're your authorized dealer for Mercer, Superior Products, Chicago Valve, also Warren, Sharp, LMI, TechStream, and more. And right now, they're looking to hire relief valve technicians. Relief valve technicians, they're looking for you. Go apply right now at up-s.com, up-s.com for more information. We're going to get to things that happen on this date in history. Coming up next, it's 10 minutes away from the hour of 8.
You know, see, Tom, there is a chance that 50% of women and 50 and older are getting to need a sugar daddy. Laugh out loud, says the text. All right, Mama Bear says San Diego has some gorgeous beaches. I've been there. They do. And these beaches, though, says the text, don't have nothing on the beach at Carlsbad, says the texter. Those are some nice.
You're right.
Beaches. Yep.
Them and Elephant Butte, tops.
Hey. And, you remember, B, we talked about Jay Morant. He was the NBA player for the Memphis Grizzlies, as he was seen on Instagram with a pistol. Well, it seems like this texter is saying there's more to that. He transported that gun on a team plane. Now, that's a 50-game suspension right off the bat under the NBA's no firearms policy. So we'll see where that thing goes. I hadn't heard about that, but there you go. Hey.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you so much. All right, we'll talk about things that are going on in this date in history. I'll tell you what's coming up in the next break. Morning show this morning, 7:51, being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. Find them in Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and now in Gel. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. Don't have time to do it yourself? That's not going to be a problem. They can do it for you. And at the same time, can dry clean your clothes, start you up, keep you looking good. All American Cleaners. Find them, allamericans.net. 751. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Train at New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week. 96% passing rate in 1 week. 1 week. Yeah. People say, man, that's impossible. How is it they can train people to pass in just 1 week? One-on-one training, more driving time. That's two of the ways that they assure that people pass. And people do pass 96% in 1 week, pass on the first attempt. They've got 25 years of training and staff development. And right now, tell them that you heard it on Be in the Breakfast Club, and they're going to give you a discount of $100, correct?
Yes, sir. You say you mentioned it, you heard on Be in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that's all you have to do is mention Be in the Breakfast Club. Find them. They're based out of Roswell, 575-840-9555, 840-9555. Give them a call today. Things that happened on this date in history: Canadian city of York changed its name to Toronto on this date in 1834. The Alamo fell in Texas in 1836. Where was a government bailout when they needed it? Oreo cookies sold first on this date in 1912. Mr. Clarence Birdseye developed a quick freezing method of food in 1930. Silly putty invented on this date in 1950 by accident. And very first nonstop helicopter went across Northern America on this date in history. And his last words were, "I'm never going to fly this long without a bathroom." Birthday wishes. Shaquille O'Neal is 50.
Really?
Big man having a big birthday bash. Happy birthday. Also, Tom Arnold from True Lies also was best known for, Tom?
Terminator.
Tom Arnold was in Terminator? Well, I mean, he was married to Roseanne Barr, but...
It's close.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, you might have it. The Meathead. Oh, what a liberal. Rob Reiner is 76 years old. I follow him on Twitter, and man, what a liberal. National Dentist Day and Frozen Food Day going on all day today. 7:55. We're being the Breakfast Club. Wrap up the text, Tom.
All right, text says, Tom, you need to check out the beaches at Tijuana, Mexico, Juarez, Mexico, Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. You'll enjoy the beaches.
Yeah, somebody else.
Juarez has awesome beaches. Tom ought to go.
And somebody else on the text was wondering why you were dissing Bottomless Lakes. You know,
I've never been. I've
you
never
just
seen
said
it.
Elephant Butte. You didn't give Bottomless Lakes any credit for a great beach.
That's in Travis County, right? I think it is.
Yeah.
And another texter says, a special shout out to Elizabeth, or Isabella rather, Archuleta, my niece. She's a Charlie's Angel. We're so proud of her. She kicked
Man,
butt,
that's awesome.
sold it, all of them. Congratulations. And one more texter says, when I was a kid, I made nooses all the time, but I never considered it race. I mean, we're just playing cowboys, says the texter.
When I was in high school, hanging from the rearview mirror, the inside rearview mirror, which I couldn't use because I always had either a horse trailer or camper shell in the back of my truck. But anyway, I had a little noose hanging, and it was a cowboy thing. It was the Western thing. I had a noose hanging there, and then I'd have my spurs over there and everything. Just a little one.
Well, where would you keep the white robe?
Right. Well, I usually kept it at home because, I had to keep it ironed in case we had a meeting. So.
Now, I remember.
Oh,
when.
Just kidding, please. Don't take that serious.
I'm just joking.
Hey, nowadays you have to let people know.
Yeah.
When I was at a different station, I made a very similar joke because I said something and somebody called me and said that I was racist. And I made the joke. I said, that reminds me, I got to call my wife and have her iron my outfit. There's have her iron my sheet. There's a meeting tonight. And, oh, my goodness.
Oh, they'll take it over the top
So
quick.
let me make it clear. That was a joke.
Yep. FBI has been issuing more seizures of guns sold to suspected prohibited buyers than in any time in the history of the federal firearm background check system, according to the most recent data compiled by the Bureau. More than 6,300 such referrals were transmitted by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives in 2020 to take back firearms from buyers when the background check later determined that they were ineligible because of a criminal record or mental history or disqualified military service. Yeah, so more than any time in history. In 2021, they took back about 5,200 guns. Last year, 6,300. Well, this year probably be 7,500. I'm sure. 7:58. Wrap her up. We're going to do the boob of the day coming up next.
You read that one, right?
If Tom wore a white sheet, he'd look like an iceberg with feet.
Okay.
You know, Saturday, we were going to go to another island. They said, it's your opportunity to swim with the whales. Then the weather got bad. And I went, I've done that already.
Well,
and then you got
in the
there.
Pool and Tom got in the pool. And I mean, he found a very rare brown whale.
When you said you swam with the whale. With the whales, I thought, did you swim with Tom A. Reese or Whoopi Goldberg? Well,
I was thinking today.
In a Speedo.
Well, speaking of,
when
I go to the pool today, I think I'm going to debut my new Speedo.
There's no way a 300-pound man should ever wear a Speedo.
Somebody to take a picture of you, will post it.
285, excuse me.
285.
300. I'm going to round up. Sorry, that offends you. It's common core.
You didn't lose no 10 pounds. You're still like 294.
What's in there?
So that's pretty close to 300.
Ooh, somebody must be cruising for you, it says. Like to see Tom A. in a thong.
We'll talk about that one.
But I've seen your butt, and when you put on that Speedo, it's probably going to turn into a thong, whether you want it to or not.
You guys are just
probably
jealous.
Got more dents on that butt than hail damaged car.
You guys are jealous because you just can't get into one.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Right.
All right, let's do the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Medical professionals on staff. They can take care of you. They've got close to 100 years of experience in the medical field. Functional medicine is a different breed of medicine. Their number one goal is to treat the symptoms, not numb the symptoms, treat the symptoms. And when I go in there and get my ozone injections in my back and in my knees, it's to treat the symptoms and help repair the symptoms. They do stem cell ozone. They have the cryotherapy chamber there. They can really, really help you. And if you're going through any type of hormonal issues, this ladies and guys, testosterone is a hormone. You need to get in touch with them. Let them do the blood draw. They can do it right there at Desert Functional. They have their own lab, or you can get it done somewhere else, and they can sit down with you and go into the deep dive of what's going on. But if you're having hormonal issues, they do have the answer. Talk to Kelly today. Their number, quick way to find them, you can find them on Facebook or 3900 North Lovington Highway, online at thedesertfma.com. It's 802.
So it's a good thing the strippers don't get paid in nickels, or this guy might be dead.
Ooh.
A 29-year-old stripper in Clearwater, Florida, got arrested for battery last week after hitting her ex-boyfriend in the head with a huge wad of cash. He's a bouncer at the club where she works, called Baby Dolls. They dated for 6 months before breaking up a week before it happened. Well, according to police, he was walking across the stage to talk to another employee when she, quote, threw a large amount of rolled up money, singles we assume, and hit him in the back of the head with it. It doesn't sound like he was injured, but she got arrested for misdemeanor domestic battery. They also tacked on a charge for criminal mischief because she broke his phone, apparently. She bonded out of jail last Wednesday, and a judge ordered her to have no contact with her ex. She's still allowed to work at the strip club, though, so we'll see how that all goes. But congratulations. She is, I don't know, I think I want to make him the boob of the day, because I think I would have taken the money and just walked off with it and not called the cops, but whatever. They're both boobs of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. 803, Will, I just read your message. I will see if I can get that done during the break.
No worries.
I look blurry? Not
yeah,
Tom
for whatever
blurry.
reason. No, for whatever reason, yours is a little blurry. It just looks like there may be some humidity in the studio.
Hmm.
Well, he does live
Is it
on
a
an
different
island.
phone?
It's not. No, same one. Nice
Huh.
and chilly. I'll see if I can clean it and see if that helps.
And,
All right,
and the
anyway,
last
well,
text that I sent you, Will, that's in reference to Tom and Speedo. So
Will, why don't you do the calendar? You can sell it like full page calendar of Tom A every month in a different bathing suit.
I'm ready.
You don't think you could sell that?
December, Tom A. Reese on a bearskin rug.
It's going to be sold out. I'm telling you. I get 10% commission.
Maybe as a gag gift for the guys in the patch to give to their buddies, and that would
The Tom A. Reese calendar.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, right now, text in if y'all would buy, like a reasonable price or something. That way we can get paid back for making the calendar, and we'll donate profit to charity.
Can you imagine, like, putting that up in your buddy's cubicle or your buddy's office, or
Putting it in their
just
truck.
as a gag gift? I mean, there's nothing more brutal than that.
Well, I know you can do the pictures. That girl who took our staff pictures the other day. She's pretty good with the
Tom A. Reese and a Teddy.
She wants to take your pictures
I don't
like
think.
that.
Yeah,
I'm just
Alicia
saying.
doesn't have. I would not want to scar her like that.
I mean, that would be hazard pay for most people.
The texts are rolling in. So, I mean.
Dexter says, this is Chip, by the way. I would get one to be a great gag gift for all the guys at work, says Chip. Another one says, yeah, me. Okay, and Ricky and Hobbs says, I didn't realize they made Speedos that big. Laugh out loud, says the texter.
Well, it might not be a Speedo. It just certain things swallowed certain things.
And Jethro says,
it started out as a full size, boxer.
Yeah.
Size, but yeah.
My wife texted in on my phone said, not no, but hell no.
What's he say?
Not no, but hell no on the Tom A. calendar. So,
and Jethro, one more text here. Come on now. I'm trying to eat breakfast. Y'all do this to me every time.
Put some hot chili on there at the same time. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about the bill that Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee signed over the weekend, forbidding any type of drag shows with kids. Now, if you're an adult and want to go to a drag show, that's cool. Border Patrol reports obtained by some of the reports obtained by the Washington Examiner reveals that agents discovered how many bodies this year. And by the way, the numbers are way higher than the year before. I'm talking about dead bodies of migrants coming across the border. New Mexico's latest hydrogen bill dies while the Oil and Gas Reform Act advances. That's not good. President Trump reveals his largest domestic deportation operation in history, he says, if he gets elected. And the Powerball winner just won $162 million. We'll tell you who that is coming up in a second. And Biden makes a unproven claim again about him going to Selma before. I was right there. I was right next to Governor King. I mean, to Dr. King. And nobody calls him on it. I guess we'll have to. We'll get to those stories and more. KWMW, Malchimore, 105.1 FM. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Chick Days coming up March 24th and 25th in Roswell. Here's the way this works. You buy a 25-pound bag of Purina Start and Grow. Get 3 chicks free, 50-pound bag. Get 6 chicks free. They're going to have Ruhan Ranch's petting zoo out there, Little Bits food trucks, lots of things for the kids to do. And don't forget Lincoln County Mercantile in Capitan. Chick Days there will be April 7th through the 8th. Taking a break. Let's get updated with news. Let's qualify folks this morning for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas. 8 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're W105.
Fish, you do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old time fishing. Oh, looky there. I've got a bite.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. An idea kicked around by lawmakers for years continues to make its way through the roundhouse. It involves paid family and medical leave. Senate Bill 11 would establish the Paid Family and Medical Leave Fund. It would allow individuals who need to take a longer period of time away from work to apply to the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions to receive a percentage of their salary during leave. The fund would be paid through employer contributions. The bill passed the Senate and now heads to the House. An oil and gas facility in Eddy County can be blocked from operating if an environmental group has its way. Santa Fe-based Wild Earth Guardians petitioned the federal government to object to a New Mexico state permit for emissions of potential air pollutants for a facility in southeast New Mexico owned by XTO Energy, an action that could require the permit be rewritten for the site into service. XTO Energy's Wildcat compressor station was the subject of the petition filed to the EPA in opposition to an air quality permit proposed in September of 2022 by the New Mexico Environment Department. Roswell Police Chief Philip Smith announcing he'll be taking a job that would have him leading a larger law enforcement agency near Denver. He started at the Roswell Police Department in October of 2011 as deputy chief. He became the acting police chief in June of 2012 until being named chief in October 2013. He stated proudly that now the RPD is stronger, fully staffed, more confident, and has built stronger relationships and reduced crime in his leadership at the department. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I want to coat my tongue with wood glue and go lick the needles off a porcupine. They at it again, them brainless, gutless, pinhead, tree-hugging, squirrel-kissing animal rights activators from PETA just got a dog owner arrested because his dog chased a rabbit. I ain't kidding. Okay, so the dog tore one of the rabbit's back legs off and dragged the poor bloody animal around the backyard about a half hour. But the fact is, dogs chase rabbits. What do you think a dog's going to do when it catches one? Tap it on the head and say, "You're it"? As usual, the rabbit started the whole mess. He crawled under the fence into the backyard where the dog was just sitting there minding his own business. Now, the story in the paper didn't say, but I'm guessing the rabbit made a face, stuck out his tongue, and started yelling, "Neener, neener, neener," at the dog. So the dog, he up and took off the chase. Apparently, the rabbit forgot to run faster than the dog. And one thing led to another. By the time it was over with, the world's population of three-legged rabbits increased by one. And a very sad, puzzled tick hound was sitting on the porch watching his owner get hauled away in handcuffs. It happened in America. All this thanks to a bunch of nosy PETA people with nothing better to do than try to upset the laws of animal nature. All them people ever talk about is animal rights this, animal rights that. As far as I'm concerned, animals do have three rights. The right to be breakfast, the right to be lunch, and the right to be supper. Wake up, America! So, I wonder where that lucky rabbit's foot is. I like to put it on my keychain. I'm Earl Pitts, American Pizza.
The science is clear. Nutritious food helps kids grow up healthier and do better. Padilla and Leo Jaramillo means better nutrition, better student performance, and a brighter future for our children.
You gotta have a healthy lunch so your brain can get strong.
This message is brought to you by the American Heart Association. Call your legislators today and ask them to support New Mexico State Senate Bill 4.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We gotta get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs saves you more time and less
So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Hey, are those the new staff shirts we've been waiting on?
Yes, and no.
What do you mean?
Well, they're supposed to be, but I went through one of those big online places promising lowest price point and fastest turnaround. Well, it was cheap and kind of fast, and they look awful. And after being on hold for an hour to speak with someone, they said it was the artwork provided, and there's nothing they could do.
Let me guess. One of those upload your logo places?
Yes, exactly. Now I've got boxes of shirts that we can't use.
You need to call Awesome Graphics.
The local place I hear on the radio? Can they handle an order this big?
Of course. That's the great thing about Awesome Graphics. They have the technology and equipment the big guys have, but they're here in Southeast New Mexico. So not only are you keeping your money local, you have real local people who care about getting your order right. Plus, they can handle your signage, company-branded pencils and cups, and so much more.
What about FR jackets with our company logo embroidered on?
Yep, those two. Stop by and see them at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs. Or, since you like online, go to their convenient local website, myawesomegraphics.com.
Myawesomegraphics.com, huh? They really are the best of both worlds.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the for which it stands, one under indivisible with and for all.
When you're ready to pledge your allegiance to an American brand of performance and luxury, look no further than Sierra Blanca Motors. Chevy, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Our legendary can-do spirit doesn't take a backseat to anyone, anywhere. Sierra Blanca Motors on Highway 70 in Ruidoso.
Now back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Paraphrase the phrase in my own neighborhood. The rest of the country's, the world's not a patch on our genes if we do what we want to do.
How stupid can you get?
And good morning to you, 18. Sorry to start the morning with Joe Biden, but it is what we do. Yeah, because we sound so much more intelligent until Tom speaks. Then it's all out of, So what's it looking like when it comes to Tom and the Speedo, the calendar?
Well, now I got a request. Complete W105 calendar.
Right.
Tom in a teddy, Will Rooney on a bearskin rug, me in a bikini. They haven't really said how they wanted to picture you yet, but a picture,
oh no,
like in a fireman's outfit or something. Hey.
Well, Lucinda, one of our qualifiers for the 3-day trip to the Bahamas, told me, Tom A. I think you should headline every page on the calendar. She said.
Let's make it happen. The Tom A. calendar.
There you go.
That's going to go over as good as Hunter Biden's book. We can put that thing on Amazon. It'll sell like 2 copies.
It's going to go over like a pregnant high jumper. So.
Yeah, not good. 8:16 morning show this morning being brought to you by Platinum Auto Service, now offering window tinting. Give them a call this morning, 575-689-6900. They offer fast, friendly service. They are under new ownership and management. They can take care of your brakes, tires, AC service, alignments, lift kits, leveling kits. They can lift your truck, make it look really good, put new tires and rims on it. Financing is available. They do diagnostic work, preventative maintenance. They do all of that. This morning, you might go, well, I haven't ran the AC in a while. It's going to get it to 80 today. You'll discover AC is not working great. And then you could take it to Platinum Auto Service in Carlsbad. 575-689-6900. Give them a call today. 80 and sunny throughout the day. 46 tonight, 79 tomorrow. Looks like we're going to be close to the 80s all the way through Thursday of this week. Check of the weather being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill, serving up breakfast as we speak inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. 575-748-3324. Give them a call today. Breakfast and lunch. They serve up great breakfast and lunch. And from time to time, they get stuff like alligator and crab legs and that type of stuff. When they come in, we'll let you know about it. Then that way you can alligator. alligator in southeast New Mexico. That's super, super cool. 575-748-3324 if you want them to cater your next event, or if you want them to prepare meals for everybody on location, they can do all of that. Give them a buzz today. Roadrunner Grill inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. 18 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Looks like a brand new study ranks Chicago as the best city for creativity. Yeah, creativity, like creating carjackings, shootings, that type of stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Something tells me that's not talking about sidewalk art and that type of stuff. Oh, sidewalk art around the human poop and your needles. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe not. And former Maryland Governor Larry Hogue said that he will not seek the Republican nomination as president in 2024. Thank God for that, because I had no idea who the hell you are. And we don't need any more. We've got, how many we got now? 4?
Yep.
Well, DeSantis hasn't officially said he's going to run.
Russ says he's running.
He's running. I mean, he's making all the TV tours.
Yeah,
he's going to special places. He's going to
Yeah.
out-of-state events. He's running.
So you got 4 now. You got Nikki Haley, President Trump, DeSantis, and the guy nobody heard of, but is super, super smart, but nobody heard of him. Well, you know the guy I'm talking about? He's been on Fox. He's like a world economist. He's super, super brilliant, but his name recognition, people like, who? You know who I'm talking about?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, well, that was my point. Hey, is that camera looking better?
Tom's got it taken over. Give me 1 sec.
I shined it up, so we'll see.
Yeah,
if that's
I think it's just the quality for some reason is yeah.
Same camera,
It's just
no
not-
changes.
Yeah, it's just not good for some reason.
Really? Huh. Looks like Jeopardy fans are expressing their unhappiness about the announcement that Malik Balik will be this summer's host, with Ken Jennings not returning to the show until fall. Don't even know who either one of those guys are.
Are you talking about Vivek Ramswamy?
No.
Okay.
Tom probably knows because he probably watches Jeopardy. He gets all the answers wrong. And Nordstrom's announced
Talking
that they're
about Blossom, the Sheldon's girlfriend from Big Bang Theory. I forget how to pronounce her name.
Yeah. Nordstrom's announced they're closing all their stores in Canada. No reason why Canada, but Canada. And last time you counted, Japan has 6,852 islands.
Dang.
It's a lot of islands. Philippines has 7,000 plus islands.
Wow.
And I'm marking it down. I've only been to like 5. I got to get busy. I got some serious traveling to do. Looks like a bird struck a Southwest flight. Plane bound for Fort Lauderdale was forced to return to Havana's Jose Martinez airport after engine reportedly bird was stuck in it.
Oh.
And no serious injury of people. The bird, not much left there. And we did talk about Gary Rossington, last surviving member of Lynyrd Skynyrd, passed away. Last surviving original member of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was 71 years old, played the slide guitar of the song Freebird, and just passed away following the 1977 plane crash that killed 3 of the band members. He continued to play, but then started his own gig, and he went on the reunion tour recently with Lynyrd Skynyrd. Tom, if you could name a couple songs by Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay, one more.
Another song? Okay.
Yeah. by Leonard Skinner.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
He just said one like a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, well, that's because he doesn't listen. And Creed 3 opened up $58.6 million, blowing the weekend box office away. And when I speak of Creed, I'm talking about the Sylvester Stallone Creed, and not a crappy rock band from the 90s. So I thought I'd throw that out there. So
they say it's a good picture. I just seen the trailers on it.
I'll let you know. I'll watch it. Well, I don't have time tomorrow. I got things I got to get done, but over the weekend I'll watch it. It is available already, so I'll watch it. I'll let you know if it's any good. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has signed a law that will ban sex change operations, cross-sex hormone therapy, and puberty blockers on kids attempting to transition. And in addition to banning drag performances in public and the presence of kids, and it's pretty much the bill that says leave the kids alone.
Well, but have you seen how the left is labeling this?
Oh, you're not letting people.
No, the right is trying to eliminate all transgenders. That they're trying to. What was the word they used? It wasn't eliminate. But they're basically saying, and it's like it has nothing to do with adult transgenders. It has everything to do with children.
Kids, leave the kids alone. That's what the bill should be called.
Kids who are 18 to know what they want to do for the rest of their life, and I think that's unreasonable. But to expect a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old or even younger, because they're wanting to start this pre-puberty, so they're wanting to start like as early as 12. The puberty blockers. To assume that someone who hasn't even made it through puberty yet knows what they want to do for the rest of their lives, and how many of these folks who went through the surgery who are just now becoming adults have decided to detransition.
Right.
Yep. Look, nobody's saying later on when you're an adult, that's okay. What they're saying is kids. So leave the kids alone. That should be the name of the bill. Border Patrol report obtained by the Washington Examiner reveals that agents discovered the bodies or remains of 880 migrants in the fiscal year 2022. These are people that died crossing the border, that the Border Patrol actually found their bodies or remains. And that number is up from 2021. And could that be because the number of people crossing the border actually was way up? I would think that's the case. So in 2022, 880 people lost their lives. Border Patrol discovered their bodies or remains. In 2021, that number was only 568. And in 2020, that number was even less, 422. So the number is really inflated, and that's probably because more people are crossing the border. New Mexico's latest hydrogen bill has died while the Oil and Gas Reform Act advanced. Bill to overall New Mexico's 88-year-old Oil and Gas Act passed out of its first committee hearing this week on a straight party line vote, not one Republican voting along with it, while a bill that would have promoted hydrogen production from natural gas disappeared from the legislative calendar. So you got those two bills, hydrogen bill gone, the oil and gas bill continue on, and it will move forward. The governor, who received more oil and gas money than any Democrat governor, really pushes hydrogen, but it failed. So New Mexico produces almost as much natural gas as Wyoming. So this would have been, the hydrogen bill would have benefited New Mexico, but for whatever reason that didn't pass. Looks like the bill to hinder the oil and gas industry will pass. And President Trump says when he's elected in 2024, he will come up with a massive deportation. If he wins, he said, under my leadership, we will use all necessary state, local, and federal and military resources to carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. Trump told CPAC audience on Saturday, we will pick them up and then we will throw them out of our country. There will be no questions asked. During the fiscal year 2022, encounters at the U.S.-Mexican border has broached a record-breaking levels, drawing outrage from many conservatives that were at CPAC. And it's not the people, it's the cost of the people, if that makes sense. The cost of people coming over here is what drives people at CPAC and conservatives saying, we can't sustain this. We cannot sustain this. If it was not costing us anything, if people could just come over here and sustain a livelihood without getting on the backs of taxpayers to a certain degree, I'm not for that, but I would feel a little better about it. But that is not the case. 8:30 morning show being brought to you by H&H Fuel Services. New Mexico's Delaware and Permian Basin, they are serving you with the poly pipeline machines. They offer squeeze tools up to 16 inches. H&H would love to do business with you. They offer turnkey pipeline and facility construction subcontract services. Give Colin a call, 432-269-6027, or go to the website hnhfs.com. Tom on the text, 8:30 already.
All right, let's go to the phone lines right quick. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
They hung up about 10 seconds before we went to the deal.
Okay, well, let's get to the text then. I truly believe that the open border is their way to break us. Think about it. They let them in. They let them all in, pay them our money, and it's illegal for them to hire them, says the texter. And really, B, says the texter, he says, Jose Martini Airport? Are you the dyslexia poster child or poster child?
I am.
Laugh out loud?
I am.
Okay. And why couldn't Trump just keep his mouth shut until elected to keep him from losing the Hispanic vote, says one of the texters.
Let me ask this question. All the research says a great majority of Hispanic conservatives are against illegal immigration. So why would he lose the Hispanic vote? Just asking. If you could tell me the answer to that, I'd appreciate it.
I've always said, being this is my feeling, because I can tell from experience, we as Hispanics just don't go vote. Sorry to tell you about that, but we just don't, and I don't know why. And I've always said that.
I hate to tell you, Republicans didn't vote this last election.
They didn't either. But,
So,
I mean, consistently,
all
Hispanics
Republicans.
don't vote. We just don't go down to the polls.
Republicans. Powerball winner, $162 million jackpot. One player won $162 million. Looks like that one winner, was it California? I think it's from California. Crazy. That's a buttload of money for one person. I'll take half if you need to get rid of it. And Biden's makes unproven claim about being a civil rights activist during his Selma speech yesterday. Look, the guy continues to make the same comment. Not true, not true, not true. There is not one shred of evidence that shows that Biden marched and civil rights marches. You would think there would be a picture or something. Nope, None. And by the way, these claims have been debunked time and time again about him being part of sit-ins and all kind of not true. All right, 8:33. We'll take a break in just a second. Tom, anything before we take a break?
Yeah, the Democrat says one of the texters is switching to the Republican Party, they say. And one of the other texters says, why do you think only illegal immigrants are only Hispanics? I mean, there's more races illegal here too.
Chinese, there are tons of people coming across the border.
Yeah.
Muslim, Chinese, Filipinos, you name it. Look at the people they've discovered at the border. I mean, in fact, Mexicans aren't coming across like they used to. It's more Guatemalans.
Hulkweeney hasn't texted in a long time. Long time no see, Hulkweeney. Kevin is an idiot. You really think Hispanics are okay with sending back their own people?
Their own people. If you're an American, your own people would be Americans.
Look, Hispanics who fought hard to come over here the right way, hell yes, they're pissed that people are coming in free.
No doubt. So, wait, own people. Let me tell you who my own people are. I don't base them on skin color or where my grandfather came from. My own people are Americans. That's my own people.
Oh, Queenie, we didn't have you blocked.
That's what he said, didn't he?
I know, he said, you had me blocked. We did not.
Your own people.
Like some sissies.
What makes them your own people? No, I want to know.
If
Don't
you were blocked,
have
you'd
more
still be
in
blocked.
common with your fellow Americans? Just asking. I know I do. 8:35. By the way, I don't know anybody from France. I don't know anybody from Ireland. Not one. My own people are Americans. I'm kind of proud of that. 8:35. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials, they can provide you with ready mix concrete. No matter what the project is, they have the products and the unmatched customer service. ChanceMaterials.com, 575-363-3240. Give them a call today. Plants in Roswell and in Carlsbad. They love to do business with you. ChanceMaterials.com for more info. 8:36. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back. Being in the Breakfast Club. Good news of the day on the way.
I'm Chris Foster. Police in Atlanta say 35 people are arrested in protest at the site of a police training center being built.
Some protesters began throwing rocks and sticks, and at least one Molotov cocktail was also thrown at police. At least one construction vehicle was set on fire as well. The protesters then scattered into the woods.
Fox 5 Atlanta's Kim Loeffler. Iran calls the poisoning of school girls punishable by death.
There have been suspected chemical attacks at more than 50 schools in Iran in the past 4 months. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says if the incidents are shown to be deliberate, they'd be an unforgivable crime. But there are no details about what chemicals may have been used or who could be behind it. Unlike neighboring Afghanistan, Iran has no history of religious extremists targeting women's education.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. No girls are reported to have died. America's listening to Fox News.
Planet Earth, covered in a rocky crust almost 20 miles thick. Penetrating this barrier can be challenging at best, unless you call us.
TL George Equipment Rental, located at 605 Gavilan Canyon Road in Rio Doso, offering dirt work from dump truck backhoe services and tool rentals of all kinds. Call 575-258-8643 for TL George Equipment Rental.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged up with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the home store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones. Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters and the safely covered. 1401 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Poor Mall.
For a working man, protection on the job is always first priority. But when it comes to clothes, safety shouldn't compromise style and comfort. And thanks to Wrangler Flame Resistant apparel, it doesn't have to. Now the same Wrangler style and comfort you love comes with the protection you need. And with a product guarantee for the life of the garment, they'll take the heat off of any job you take on. Stop by Benny's Western Store in Artesia or Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler Flame Resistant apparel today. For the right work clothes, think inside the closet.
March into spring with the Yucca Blossom Festival, Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th at the Walter Gerald Civic Center. Come check out the arts and crafts of over 50 vendors. There will be food trucks on site. Win great door prizes throughout this fun-filled 2-day event. It's a great time for the entire family, including face painting for the kids. March into spring with the Yucca Blossom Festival, March 11th and 12th at the Carlsbad Civic Center and paid by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Get a great job in the oil field. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is hiring for several different positions. They're always looking for CDL drivers, and they have a need right now for diesel mechanics as well. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers also urgently needs experienced cement bulk plant operators. At Spinnaker, you'll receive an excellent salary and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. To apply, text Oilfield to 63566 or visit greatoilfieldjobs.com. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is an equal opportunity and drug-free employer.
Hey, it's me, the voice inside your head. Remember that crash we were in? We spent a week in the hospital. We should have called the personal injury attorney right away. But it's not too late. We can still get the money we deserve.
Were you involved in a motor vehicle accident, wrongful death, civil rights violation, or even police brutality? Give Adam Oakey Law, the Black Belt Lawyer, a call today. 505-433-4953.
The Blazing Targets Benefit Shoot is coming back to Carlsbad for their 5th annual event on Saturday, March 11th at the ATC Sports Range. This event is to raise money for Eddy County Youth shooting programs and junior livestock shows. Starting times are at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., and lunch will be provided to shooters. The top 3 shooters will win cash, and there will be gun boards, raffles, door prizes, and team prizes. New this year, a cooking competition. To become a sponsor for the Blazing Targets Benefit Shoot or to compete as a shooter, please call Ricky at 575-361-4375. Paid for by Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
The science is clear. Nutritious food helps kids grow up healthier and do better in school. Senate Bill 4, backed by Governor Lujan Grisham and sponsored by Senators Michael Padilla and Leo Jaramillo, means better nutrition, better student performance, and a brighter future for our children.
You gotta have a healthy lunch so your brain can get strong.
This message is brought to you by the Heart Association. Call your legislators today and ask them to support New Mexico State Senate Bill 4.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. That's from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's gonna fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Klein at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
And the morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV, 3 RV parks and 1 in Carlsbad. Find them online at WWRV3.com, or you can call them at 988-0392. Give them a buzz today. They've got 162 RV hookups in 3 different locations in Carlsbad. 30 and 50 amps included, all utilities included. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. And every one of their sites comes with high-speed internet. Yeah, high-speed internet at every one of their locations. Check them out today, www.rv3.com. Sunny today, up to 80, 46 tonight, and then 79 tomorrow, and looking really good. At Last Makeup Mirror, reminding you they've got a Willow. They still have the mirrors. The half off?
My understanding, yes, for now, until they run out.
So let's tell them a little bit about what happened. There's some blemishes on the plastic, not on the mirror themselves, some scratches and that type of stuff. Rebecca Long, local inventor and founder of At Last Makeup Mirror, discovered that some of the mirrors that came from the factory had little blemishes on them. And so she's marked them down half price. You can get them right now. Give Rebecca a call, 575-631-3189. Need to find out more information? Go to atlastmakeamirror.com. But if you want the half price mirrors, call Rebecca, 575-631-3189. She would love to chat with you. And that says a lot about, Rebecca, because, Will, you said you couldn't even see the blemishes.
I'm not even kidding. She showed me a couple of them, and she's like, "Oh, look at this! Can you believe this?" And I'm like, "I can't even see it, Rebecca." I was like, "What are you even looking at?" And she had to really point, and I'm like, "And wow. I'm not like Tom A. I don't have the cataracts." So I was just like, "Okay, well." She's very picky. Just put it that way. And that's good for you, though. That means you get to save some money.
Half price right now. Give her a call this morning, 575-631-3189. At Last Makeup Mirror, atlastmakeamirror.com. 846. Tom, the text line is open.
Well, Russ has got a happy birthday to announce.
Yes, and somebody that me and Will kind of watched grow up, and I bet you forgot it was her birthday today. Happy birthday, Amber Kernan. She's 24 years old, Sean's daughter. Remember little Amber?
Of course. Happy birthday, Amber.
And glad to have her along for the show today. And suddenly realizing that Amber's 24 years old, I feel older. My back hurts now.
I can sing a song if you want me to.
No, that's all right.
Oh.
My back's been hurting because I have to carry Tom. That's been a long time pain.
Back hurt.
18 years.
No, that's a long time pain. Looks like on Friday, Joe Biden awarded the Medal of Honor to retired Colonel Paris Davis, one of the first black officers to lead special forces into combat. He was supposed to have gotten that award 60 years ago, but kept losing his paperwork.
Saw that.
But got the paperwork in now. Joe Biden gave him the award on Friday. And Las Vegas let Derek.
Okay, I think he's having.
Whoops.
Yeah.
That's not a good noise.
No, let's go to the text right quick. Hey, teachers, says the text, leave us kids alone. And another text says, stop wire transfers of migrant paychecks from U.S. to those bleep whole countries. Problem solved, and follow the money. The money goes to the coyotes. Stop that, and they will stop coming, says the texter.
Well, that would be one way to stop it, because much of the illegal activity coming across the border is so that they can come here, get jobs, and then send money back out of the United States economy into other countries, which is detrimental for us either way. I believe we lost Will Rooney and
it's
there it is.
Still connected.
He's here.
There you go.
It said I was still connected. I don't know. I was watching. It said I was watching the countdown. Looks like former Massachusetts library said that a Massachusetts library said that a book was recently returned with a note apologizing 57 years late. Now, Tom, if you were on that library board, what would you do about that?
I would have them explain it, and then I would say, okay, thank you.
Thank you for the book. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Thank God that you're not running for the library. Albuquerque City Council tonight will vote on renter protection. Now, this was they were trying to get it passed throughout the state. Renter protection means that it's rent control. So there would be rent control in Albuquerque, did not pass through the roundhouse. It failed in the roundhouse, but Albuquerque thought it was such a good plan to decide how much people pay for rent. As a landlord, I don't know if I like that. Rent control means you're controlling how much I can charge. I like me personally, I like the market deciding how much I can charge. Marketplace is pretty good to decide how much I can charge and how much I can't charge. 877-396-W105. Tomas.
Texter says, dang, that Abilene station is overpowering you guys, says the texter. Well, hopefully they'll go away real quick. And another texter says, Kevin.
Yes.
Maybe. Is it quite possible?
Yes.
Is it quite possibly that in May, Weatherford is possibly broke? Don't know what that means.
It's not what it says. It says, Kevin, is it true that quite possibly May Weatherford is possibly broke? That's probably
May Weatherford.
Who's May Weatherford?
Who? I'm not sure. I'm wondering if that's an autocorrect or something that messed that text up.
Yeah. Let me know. I'll see if I can answer.
Desperado wanted me to read this one. Says, Will Rooney, please read, why is this clown, after 13 years, still butchering the text line? Talking about Tom.
Who are you talking about? We just barely got the text, partner. I don't know what you've been listening to.
What, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, we never had.
Yeah.
No, when me and B began, we never had.
We've had the text line since we were in Ruidoso.
So thanks for making the point, though.
Whatever. Hey, I'm getting better at it.
Thanks.
You know what? Since I put my good eye has been fixed, when I get that other eye fixed, oh my God.
Who's the damn judge? Who's going to be the judge of this? Yourself?
Yeah.
You're judging yourself?
Yeah.
It's like the Democratic lawmakers in Santa Fe just giving themselves a raise.
It's like Biden saying, that inflation, it's going down. My Inflation Reduction Act is really doing the trick.
What I've always
the price
said,
of everything is actually going down.
What I've always said, proof is in the pudding.
The pudding is on the floor, bro. I'm just saying.
Proof is in the pudding.
Ron DeSantis' immigration plan would have invalidated Gavin Newsom's IDs for illegal immigrants and allowing them to vote in local elections. So Ron DeSantis said that if he wins the presidency, that his plan will invalidate Newsom and they would outlaw non-citizens voting in any elections in America. That sounds like a pretty good plan. All right, let's talk about the reparations in California, a non-slave owning state. I have to continue to mention that. So, how much will each person get in reparations?
Are they asking maybe $200,000 per person? Maybe
$360,000 per recipient.
Wow!
And all they have to be is African American of any descent. Do they have to be a certain percentage? Do they have? I mean, none
of that. They don't go into birth line or anything else. As we discovered, one of the Black Panther Party members actually Her grandfather's white. So how do you dissect whose family came from slaves and whose family didn't?
So if they're actually African descent, moved here from Kenya, just for argument's sake, and they now live in California, they're going to get reparations?
Yes. Moved here from Jamaica. Yes. See, everything is based on color of skin.
Yeah.
And I mean,
what if they moved here from London?
Doesn't matter. They're still going to get 360,000.
I'm just curious, just because that's not racist at all.
Oh, look, it's just like appointing judges based on color of skin or sexual orientation.
And giving all these people all this extra money, and all this extra money and income isn't going to drive up inflation on all of us. So
cause resentment
well,
from other
thank
races?
God it's just in California.
It's
the big push has been for years reparations for African Americans in the United States.
Look,
let California do it.
If there were Africans who had actually, or African Americans who could actually say that the government hurt me, then they're getting paid out anyway. Because how many of these folks, I can't.
Let me pose a question
to the government, and they hurt me. Maybe I ought to get some of that money.
Let me pose a question. These are American-born black people that say they are or maybe it's black or white people, whoever they say their ancestors were slaves. Okay, let's pose this question. Let's go back a little bit. What if your ancestor would have never been sold into slavery and never had come to the United States? You would have been born in Africa.
Was not
you wouldn't live here.
Slave-owning state.
Lovington liberal, we can afford it. You know what? Then you pay the bill.
The whole thing is just stupid.
$300 and something $1,000
per person, and who can afford it?
As a Hispanic, you should be pissed.
So a family of three is going to.
Native Americans should be really pissed.
A family of three going to get $1 million, or just the head of the household?
I don't know. I don't, and so we'll find out more information coming down the pike probably in a month and a half when they go back in the session. All 9 states with the lowest unemployment rates in 2022 had Republican governors, and all 10 of the highest unemployment rates, all Democrats. Every state had a Democratic governor. Kind of crazy. All with the lowest, Republicans. I think, Tom, you could say proof is in the pudding. I think you could get away with that now. Quick check of the weather this morning, being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, working hard right now in Santa Fe for you. If you're in District 61, need help dealing with any of the state's entities, he can help you. He can help you from getting your driver's license straight, or it could be Child Protective Services, could be something to do with, I don't know, maybe your child support, or maybe it could be deeper than that, dealing with the Land Commission or whatever. Give Randy a call. That's what he's there for you, and he will help you. Go to the website, find out more information. Contact information's right there. Randy Pettigrew, RandallPettigrew.com. Call Randy today. All right, Tom, wrap her up. Good news of the day, and then we'll do the extended version. Who's going to be on the extended version?
He is Cowboys for founder Coy Griffin, who was acquitted of kangaroo charges last Thursday. He's going to talk about that.
Cowboy, what?
Wow.
Just slow down and re-say that whole sentence, because the zero of that made sense.
Okay.
You left out like 4 different words that you needed.
Cowboys for Trump founder Coy Griffin.
Okay, that's not what you said.
What did I say?
And a kangaroo what?
Oh, the kangaroo charges against him.
Kangaroo what?
Charges.
Kangaroo court?
Charges.
Kangaroo court.
No. I refer to them as.
And grammatically, you would have to structure that into something like he overcome the charges.
Wait! I gotta ask
that were made by a kangaroo court.
What is the kangaroo charges? They keep jumping around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
it has a
they're
pouch.
just stupid charges. Now, by the way, it's going to be interesting what he says.
Your whole comment?
No, it's going to be interesting to say who his attorney was. It's
a public defender.
I know, but there's the rest of the story behind that. He's going to talk about it coming up at 9:06.
Look, we're all about Coy, and this has nothing to do with him. This is 100% with the way you just butchered that, dude.
The kangaroo
charges against
kangaroo.
There's
no such thing as kangaroo.
Well, that's
kangaroo charges.
That's a Tom A-ism.
Thank God for that.
I bet you he understands it when we talk about it.
I bet he doesn't.
Me and Coy in the same neighborhood. Me and Coy in the same
He'll
neighborhood.
be nice. Look, Coy's a nice guy. He'll be nice and he'll pretend and he'll go along, just like all the people you interview. They just go along with it and just smile and nod.
He's going to go, what the hell was he just saying? What did that guy just say?
Someone had a great point, and especially with the California gold rush. What about the Chinese slaves and the Irish slaves?
Oh, dude.
I mean,
Chinese.
Anybody. Anybody.
The Irish.
I'm not saying anybody deserves reparations this long after the fact, but if any race in California deserves anything, it would. I mean, the state that didn't have slaves, African American slaves, slavery wasn't a thing in California. But guess what was? Indentured servitude for not only the Chinese but the Irish and other races as well.
Yep, no doubt. All right, let's get to the good news of the day. We'll check news, come right back with Coy Griffin. Good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D and Lovington, 575-396-0513. Give him a call and can take care of all your home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Check him out today, Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D and Lovington.
So, remember the story last week, the Nebraska cheerleader that went to the state championship by herself because all her teammates quit? Well, now we've got two more cheerleading stories. An 8-year-old cheerleader did the same thing, wound up competing by herself in Florida, only she won the whole thing. And a video from the National Cheerleading Championship last month is going viral now. A team was performing when their music cut out, but the crowd kept the rhythm going, and they didn't even miss a beat. It's a great video. Also, TikTok just changed the life of a guy in Arizona, so maybe we shouldn't kill it too quick, other than the fact that it benefits China. His name is Sebastian Ibanez, and he's legally blind and partially deaf, and he's still done everything he can to provide for his family. He always wanted to be a car salesman, but had to resort to selling brooms and mops on the street. Well, his wife is fighting thyroid cancer. Last month, his family's van was in a crash, so it's been even harder to make ends meet. But after a reporter shared his story on TikTok with 11 million followers, that's when Jimmy Darts got involved. He posted a video where he talks about him and hands him $1,000 to help out. Well, they started a GoFundMe and raised $120,000 to help Sebastian's family. But it doesn't end there. The owner of a car dealer called Brown's Brothers Automotive, saw the story, and hired Sebastian on the spot. His very first day of work, he sold his very first car.
Wow.
And that is the good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by our buddy Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D and Lovington. Tom, wrap up the text. We're going to take a break, come back with Coy Griffin in just a minute.
And Tommy Carlsbad says, Coy was not charged with being a kangaroo. He's being sarcastic this morning, says the. I'll explain that when I get with him in a moment. And another texter.
Please do. God bless you.
Another thing, he says, hey, wow, this is Hoka Weenie saying, wow, he left out the word Trump, and y'all guys got your panties hurt, says the texter.
It wasn't everything to do with Trump. It had to do with the fact that he wasn't saying things right. And is Coy going to have all his kangaroos with him on the air? LOL.
We'll have fun with this thing coming up. And another texter says, well, I think Tom is stuck back in the Captain Kangaroo years, says the texter. Me?
Hey, we're going to take a break, get updated with news. News this morning being brought to you by Made Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales. They've got fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights, everything you need. And 2 lots packed with inventory, new and pre-owned. Check them out today. MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. 65 plus years in the business. Service after the sale. Give David a call this morning, 575-622-1751. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Stand by. Coy Griffin coming up next. KWMW. Miles Jamora 101.